We are live. Welcome back to Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Let's get this screen right here. Hold up 1 second. Welcome back to another live show. Hope the audio is good. Smash the or give me a thumbs up. Let me know that it is okay. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. Welcome back, everybody. We go live every Sunday. I dash and do gig work out of St. Louis, Missouri. And on Sundays, we end our week and then start our week together. We talk about our week. We got some topics to go over. We got 3 featured channels we're going to talk about. And we'll take some live calls in a minute, about 9:15, 9:20. Tonight's show will be a little bit different, but I want to test something out for you guys and see how you guys like it. So without further ado, everybody say hello to Hootie the Owl. He is our co-host for this evening. So I'm going to start off my week. So my week was pretty good. Not bad. I did not work on Wednesday. So I worked a little bit on Saturday. I hit my goal, a little bit over my goal this week, actually. I went back and I did one Instacart batch, even though I said a couple weeks ago, I said I never do one. I tried it out. It was pretty good. So that was good. I think I'll have to fold Instacart in here and there, not that often because in my market, it's just not that great. But I wanted to try it again, even though I said I wouldn't, because the first couple I did were not very great. So that was good. Prepared myself. I'm going to be taking next week off. We're going to be going out of town for Thanksgiving. I'll be gone from Tuesday through. We'll be back Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. So, quick channel announcement. I will be possibly doing a little bit of dashing as I drive through different states, because we're driving from here to Virginia. I might do one dash in each state. So we should be hitting we're going to stop in Kentucky, get a hotel room. I guess we'll drive through Kentucky, Tennessee, a part of West Virginia. So I might we'll have to drive through Illinois. I think I'm going to hit 6 or 7 states. So I like to do 6 or 7 dashes. We'll film those and then put those as some content for you guys, just because I think it could be fun. I'll have the family with me. So be looking for videos like that and a few others next week. But there won't be normal ride-alongs, but that's cool. We'll change it up a little bit. Another channel announcement. I'm going to be doing some collaborating with a channel called the Rideshare Guy, Henry Campbell. He's got a huge channel, very business-like, and he covers all aspects of the gig economy. I'm going to be the DoorDash guy on that particular channel, so be looking for weekly videos on that channel. When those post, I'll send links in this particular channel so you guys can go check them out. Super excited about that. And then next Sunday's show, I'm going to give you guys a teaser. It's going to be interesting. So there was a gentleman. His channel is called A-Hole Patrol, like ASS Hole Patrol. He did a video that Hannibal is Hungry actually put out there for the gig community to see. And this guy went on a rant for a while. He hates tipping. He doesn't tip. He doesn't believe in it. He gives very passionate reasons as to why. I reached out to him. We're going to debate tipping, why I think people should. He's going to debate why tipping is a horrible idea. I think he makes some good points on some things. He's super excited to come on the channel. I'm going to have him live with us via FaceTime, audio, video, and we're going to be debating live next Sunday, and then we'll open the lines up after that debate. So next Sunday's show will look a little different. Probably have him on the show at least for 30 minutes. If the conversation and the debate's going really well, we'll do longer, and then we'll take calls after that. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be something different. I'm trying new things on the channel. And we will have another collab. I can't say who that will be yet. You guys are going to love that. That's coming soon, sometime this holiday season. That one's going to be good. So that's coming. Little teasers for you guys. So tonight's topics. First topic. Let's see. Okay. Should customers just pay a delivery fee or whatever, or service charge based on distance and or mileage, and then that goes to the driver? So let's take tipping out of the equation. And if they're 10 miles away, they pay so many dollar amounts, whether it's $1.50 per mile based on distance, or it's $2, market specific probably. But do you think customers should just pay a fee based on mileage, tips, the tipping word or whatever is not even used, and that's what they pay? And that might actually make offers look better to us. What do you guys think? Just an idea. I want you guys' opinion on it. Also, are you going to be dashing on Thanksgiving and doing gig work this Thanksgiving, or are you working your other W-2 job on Thanksgiving? What are you guys doing there? Uber Eats update. I did a video the other day. A lot of you guys probably saw or heard about it. Other people talked about it. Uber Eats is trying to try something new in different markets. They want our feedback. basically not enough customers are getting their orders delivered, or they're becoming late, and or Uber has to pay more because nobody wants to take a $2, $3, $4 offer from Uber Eats. So they're telling us they're going to test. You have to accept 5 out of 10 deliveries in order to see where the delivery is going. So if you only accept 2 out of 10, like me, my acceptance rate is actually 15%. So I accept 15 out of every 100 offers Uber Eats shows me. Because of that, because my low acceptance rate, they'll just show me a dollar amount. They won't tell me where I'm going until I accept it. What do you guys think about that? And the last topic of the night, where is it at? No tip, no trip. So we did a roundtable on UDM's channel with also DoorDash Dad. We did it yesterday. Check out UDM's channel for that. Thought it was a really good conversation. There's some good back and forth. No tip, no trip. Is it a good or bad mentality? What's your opinion? I believe in that. I believe it's kind of, for me on this channel, it's a no tip, no trip 2.0. I know there was some kind of no tip, no trip stuff going on like last year or 2 years ago. I wasn't really a part of that. But for me, I have my philosophies. Many of you guys probably know it. You can call in. We can talk about that. Do you think it's good or bad? Do you not care if a customer tips you, basically? Do you just care about making the money? It doesn't matter either way. So those are the 4 topics tonight, and 3 featured channels. On this weekly show, we featured 3 channels, 2 gig related, 1 un-gig related. So the first one is a channel, and these are people that I think are subscribers, or they're pretty avid in the community. So I wanted to give some shout outs to these channels. One of them is new. Actually, they're 2 kind of newer ones. New to me, but one's been out there for a while, and the other one's been around for a while as well. So the first one is a channel called Kyle Dash. He is somebody that has a channel. He has a couple, but he's got one right now. He just started making content, doing gig-related stuff, and giving his opinion on it. Kyle Dash, Kile, separate word, Dash. Check him out. And then the second one is Slavic D. Slavic is somebody that's called into the show. He's a friend of the show. He's called in probably 3 or 4 times. He has a channel. He's talking about gig stuff. He also talks about financial news and like crypto. I think I saw some videos. I just started watching his stuff as well. Slavic D, Slavic, separate, D dot. So check out those 2. And the last one is somebody that started making videos right around the same time I did back in March. And she was somebody I would see in channels and in the chats on other people's channels and stuff like that. And we've communicated a few times. She had a gig channel. She's also done stuff with like gaming, and now she's talking about like serious issues, like personal stuff. And I watched some of her newer videos recently, and I thought it was really cool that she's out there and she's putting herself out there. So this channel is called Kateland 13, Kateland 13. Check out those 3 channels: Kyle Dash, Kateland 13, Slavic D. So, all right, so we're already at 9:08. We try to take calls. This week will probably 9:15, 9:20. I have a new method of taking phone calls. I'll share that with you guys as the time gets closer. So let's see who we got in the chat right now. All right, let's see who we got up in here. Give some shout out. Bud Soda, what up? We got TN. Don't mind me. It's kind of cold in here. I got this one drafty window that I got to get fixed, and I didn't do it, and it's super windy outside. And in my St. Louis market, literally this week it was 75 degrees, and then today it's like 30 degrees outside. St. Louis is a crazy place to live with the weather. It changes day to day. It's absolutely absurd. Okay, anyway, we got Pam in the house. Gig Lebowski, what up, brother? We got Nurse on Wheels, Melissa A, TN again. We got Jamie, Life with Aurelia, High Priority 100. Marty, what up? Julie, Kanita, Ron, Dina, Christine, O Gigs, what up, man? Kathy, we got Ron again. We got Tracy, Adam, what's up, man? Bald Bastard. We got Jose in the house. We got Lucinda, how are you? Lucinda, I did get your email. I did put other colors on there, so I'm not sure why it's not showing up, but I'll look at that. T-Ron, we got Frank. What up, man? How you doing, man? I got your message, Frank. Sad to see you say that, but hey, I understand. So it's no hard feelings. I'm glad you're here. You're going to keep your wrench. It's all good, brother. We can always talk. And please call in tonight. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. I'll get to that in a minute. The Driven Dad. Eric, what up, man? We got Anastasia B. I'm a dashaholic. I like that. Takeem the Dream. How do you see your Uber Eats acceptance rating? So Takeem the Dream, I started doing Uber rideshare. So my screen's different because I believe I have the app that's an Uber Rider app versus maybe just the Uber Eats app. So when I click on my face or tap on my face on my interface, all my ratings pop up, and I can look at my Uber Eats stuff, and I can look at the Uber rideshare. So maybe try to download the app version of the driver app. That's why I see it. So I've been asked that question before. So Kyle is very cool. Yeah, Kyle's got a different, I like how he sits down. He's got his little Mountain Dew and he drinks it. And his style is real different. And I like to show love to people that have channels that are unique and different and they're trying something new. Because you guys know me, I do the same pickup, drop off, ride alongs, bet on you, set goals. Like it gets real repetitive on my channel. I do that on purpose, but I like to show love to channels that have a different spin and even they work in different markets, different opinion, right? So let's see. Jesus lives. What up, Mad Dash 402 Cast? What up, man? How you doing, Joel? We got Slavic. What up, man? Thanks for promotion. All good, brother. Crafty Mama's in the house. We got. All right. I think I said everybody's name. All right. So tonight's show. Okay, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up for Hootie the Owl. Don't do it for me. Do it for Hootie. Now, tonight's show, as you saw, if you might have saw the thumbnail of the actual live stream, live, call-in show. Let's debate. So I want people to call in. Anybody can call, right? And I appreciate everybody that calls in, but I want somebody to call in that thinks differently. If you're somebody out there watching right now, this is live, okay? I'll put the phone number up in a little while. And you think that no tip, no trip is bad. You're against it. You think, hey, I just want to, if it's showing me $10 and it's all DoorDash pay, I'm taking it. I don't care. Let's talk about that, okay? If you're somebody that thinks if you're somebody that thinks the new Uber Eats update, as far as them showing, having to accept at least 5 out of the last 10 for them to show you all the information. If you think that's good, because it means customers will actually get more food, makes the Uber Eats brand better. And in the long run, maybe that makes it better for them. And then in return could make it better for us. I want to hear from you. If you're somebody that thinks differently about the things that I say on this channel, I want you to call in on the show so we can talk about it. I need to get my debate juices flowing, right? I'm going to have that debate with the guy next week. His name's Walter. I'm super looking forward to it. So I want to hear from some people that have a difference in opinion on the things that I say on this channel. Also, we can call and talk about the topic. So first, we're going to have a new number I'm going to share with you guys in a moment. I'll put it in the chat. And that's the number we'll be using this evening. We're trying something different out this week. So when you see the number, what I would like for you to do is text that number and let me know what topic you'd like to talk about, and I will call you back on another line, okay? So I'm going to put the number in the chat here, and you guys can text first, do not call, and then we will get the calls going momentarily. Okay, that is the number right there. And just for anybody that has a wrench, or anybody, if you got a wrench, please feel free to link the channels of the people I named if you know how to do that in the chat. Kyle Dash, Kateland 13, Slavic D. I can do it and put it in the description after, but if you want to put those links to channels so people can check them out now and then come back to the live, absolutely you can do that. If you have a channel and you have a wrench, you can put it in as well. So that is 314-603-5174. Text in what you want to debate about or what topic you'd like to talk about. I will put you live in with us and we will talk about that. I like to keep the calls to 10 minutes or less. If it's going to be if we got a good debate, we might go longer. If you want to talk about a topic, let's keep it to 10 minutes or less. Topics tonight: Uber update, good or bad, the new one. Are you going to be dashing on Thanksgiving or working a W-2 on Thanksgiving? Sometimes based on your W-2, maybe you get time and a half, triple pay, all that good stuff. Fees for customers. Should customers not even worry about tipping us? Should they just pay a proximity fee or distance or mileage fee? If they're 5 miles away, their delivery fee, for example, is $10. So we as dashers see, we get the 10, we get the base pay, we get 10 or 12 bucks to go that 10 miles. Would that be good for you? Because it's over $1 a mile. If they're 5 miles away, if they're 4 miles, maybe it's $8. What do you guys think about that? I'd be interesting to hear what you guys think about that. Jay, what up, man? How are you? Weekly totals, Uber Eats, okay. Topic, tipping and proximity fee. Yeah, smacking ass. What up, man? How you doing, bro? Kay, what up? So text in what you would like to talk about. The number is in the chat. I'll put it there. Oh, actually, it's right there. I'll put it one more time. And anybody that wants to put in this number from time to time, because you guys are really lively in here, and the number will go away, you guys can feel free to do that. You want to text in right now what you want to talk about, and then we will put you on the live. Okay. Let's see. Boom, boom. Please repost with clickable link. Oh, Frank, please repost with clickable link. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Joel says it's more than just distance, though. Pick up and drop off delays sap our time just as much as distance sometimes. Absolutely. For me, it's not so much the miles. You guys know, if you're watching the last month or two, I've been taking some highway miles. Like, I got no problem driving 10 miles. The money's right. For me, a lot of times it's like the merchant. Can I trust them? It's the drop off. Where does that drop off leave me? Does it leave me in a spot to get another order quickly that's good? Or does it leave me way out of a zone and I got to drive all the way back to get something? I got no problem zone hopping. I'll go from zone to zone, and then I'll get to that second zone, and maybe it takes me back to my zone, but I'm still making money. So for me, I got no problem. Miles don't bother me at all. So, Adam, what's up, man? You had a great week? I'm glad you had a great week. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. Very kind. Not necessary, but very thoughtful. So we got our first text message here. Let's see what we got. I have an opinion on the no tip, no trip. I have an opinion on the overall Dashers' attitudes about pay overall. Fantastic. I'm going to call you right now. You're going to be the first caller on the show. So keep sending text messages, guys. I will read them. Let's go ahead and take this first call. Okay, caller, we are calling you right now. Hope you are ready. Hello, you're live with Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
What's up, Pedro? My name is Marcus.
Marcus, how are you, man?
I can't complain, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So let's talk about it. You texted in, so I want to give you the floor, and let's talk about your opinion on those topics.
Okay. I guess I'll start with the no tip, no trip thing. I watched your round table with you last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree. I feel that a customer should tip. Because actually you changed my mind on it. I used to watch you all the time.
Okay.
And you would kind of have me laughing because you would say, what base pay is $3, is $2.25 base pay, $5.25 1 mile. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself, like, $5.25, kind of like you did.
Yeah.
I mean, probably like, who cares?
Sure.
$5.25, $6. I'm like, but when you explained it and you said what you said about it, and like I said, what you said, you were like, that customer took the time out to back out the tip and press 0, 0, 0. I said, you know what? That man's got a point. Because I agree with you a lot. I was like, dude, that's like crazy. I'm like, I don't get it. Who cares where the money comes from? Blah blah. And going to my other point about the overall pay. This might be unpopular.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's nothing anybody can do as far as that goes. And I'm going to kind of use a casino job.
Yeah.
The house always wins.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like, they can send an email next week and say, you know what, we watched the YouTube pages, we've seen the backlash, fine. You guys want a straight fee. I feel that if DoorDash or Uber was to say, you know what, you're going to get an automatic $30 per delivery. Or like you said, pay by mile. If the customer's 10 miles away, fine. $2 a mile, $20, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's still going to be an issue with somebody. They'll be like, oh, they didn't know. So I just feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, dude, accept it, don't accept it. Like, I thought there's no right way, because I'm very much like the minimum wage. People all the time, oh, minimum wage be $15 an hour. And that's great. But guess what? If they make minimum wage $15 an hour, milk's going to be $30 a gallon. Gas is going to be $20. So I feel like it's always going to be the wealth gap in terms of like the tipping. It's like, well, if you make it mandatory, guess what? I'm not going to order. You can't force me to do something. Like, so that's kind of my unpopular opinion about it. Because it's like, dude, like, I watch like YouTube channels and people complain, like, dude, like you didn't see it last night. Well, if I go to CVS for a customer, he tips me $5. well, how much do you want, bro? Like,
yeah,
you know, I'm supposed to be $20, $30, but like your dad said, he made a point. You know, like it's that simple, do it yourself. You know?
yeah.
So I can't get mad about it. So I agree with the no tip, no trip thing. I just kind of feel that sometimes, and I'm not trying to be funny, I just kind of feel like there's no solving this problem. I just feel like it's going to be a constant issue. It's like if we make the prepaid $12, so fine, $12, $14.25. Was like, dude, like, what do you know? Yeah, that's just my thing. I'm not gonna try to punch you. I'm sorry, that's my unpopular.
No, I think it's Marcus, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you bring up some really good points. You're talking about the minimum wage. Yeah, if that goes up, like it's always like to help one, you're hurting something else, right? It's like a given.
Right.
It's like a catch-22 almost. Like, yeah, then milk's going to be higher, and then like the companies are going to lose. They're going to make less money because they're paying more. So then, what is that going to affect? Menu prices are going up, obviously. So then, people are making more, but then we got to pay for it. Like we're paying for it either way, right? Like, we're paying for it either way. And I think that, for me, like the no tip, no trip is just, it's not like, I just view it as I'm losing money. Like if you mentioned the peak pay. If I got a $3 peak pay, and let's say my base pay is $3, and the order comes in $6 for 1 mile. Hey, that's a great miles to money. It's fantastic, right? Knock it out in maybe 10 minutes, right? But I feel like I'm losing out because if I'm a little more selective, I can get a $9 going 1 mile. Because if I wait a little bit, I'll probably get that, So for me, it's more like business. It's not personal. Like I'm just trying to maximize my money, and I use peak pay as a bonus. I don't treat it as like part of my base pay per se. But to each his own. Like we all got to make our money, and our markets are different. Your philosophies can be different. As long as you're reaching your goals, I think it's a personal decision on what you take.
Oh, right. That's the one thing that I'll admit. Like you had always said that because like I got you props last night. The video you made, and dude, when I tell you I laughed so hard because it was support 25 for 1 mile.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Good man, this hurt." You don't understand. I laughed so damn hard when you said that.
That was
It was just funny, and again, like I've had these conversations with other people I know because again, I've called before. I deliver pizza.
Yeah.
And the tip that it bugs me, it's like it's so frustrating. Like you said, I'll make these deliveries, and I'll get to somebody's house. It's like $100 for the pizza, and they'll take the time out to write $0.000. And it bugs me. But at the same time, I just kind of feel like, and again, I'm not trying to crap on the topic, but I just kind of feel like sometimes what do you think's gonna happen? Like, you think DoorDash is really gonna look out for us? They're not. Okay, fine. But that's my thing, though. No tip, no trip thing. I kind of feel like if you accept it, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And like you say, I'm with you on the whole peak pay because again, I was very, very at first. I would love watching videos. And I would say, but Pedro's real, bro. Like, who cares? Like, it's 1 mile. Who gives a damn?
Yeah.
You did help me realize that.
Yeah.
But like I say, as far as like the round table last night, I really respected what you were saying, and you made a lot of good points.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was a really UDM reached out to me, and me and him chat, not regularly, but sometimes when things are going on, we bounce ideas. And he said, "Hey man, I see what no tip, no trip," and he thinks differently, and I know DoorDash Dad probably leans more similarly to what I feel. But like I thought it was a really good conversation. I think we all made different points, and nobody's right and nobody's wrong. It's just different philosophies on how we make our money, right? But I thought it was a really good conversation. So yeah.
Well, I said that's pretty much all I got, bro. Because at this point, I keep repeating myself.
No, you good. Hey, Marcus, I appreciate the support, man, and I have a good week coming up. Whatever you're doing with the fam or friends or whatever you got, man, I appreciate the support, and have a good one, my friend.
All right, you too, man. Thanks for listening, bro.
Thanks, man. Always. All right. So we got another text here. Let's see what they got. So this is, I believe tips need to be handled through the third company. This way, company have no clue if there's any tip paid and will increase base pay. So let me read that again. I believe tip needs to be handled through the third company. That means third company meaning the delivery company, right? This way, company, meaning like McDonald's, per se, Have no clue if there's any tip paid and will increase pay. Hold on, maybe I'm no. So this is Slavic. I think this is Slavic. So we're going to take this call right now. This will be our second call tonight. I know Slavic's ready.
Hey, how's it going?
Slavic, I knew it was you, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Sorry, I need to turn the microphone off. Otherwise, I have a delay of about 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's no problem. So once you're ready, we'll get started.
I'm ready. I'm good. So what I actually meant is there's a payment company that has no relation to DoorDash or anything else. So if they, and I mean, not just DoorDash as just that. So I'm talking about there's an opportunity. If somebody has the money or somebody knows that has the money and will actually start, I think this is actually can be a huge opportunity. If all this runs through a third party and they did not share that information to like DoorDash, to the restaurant, to those companies that actually were having contracts with the drivers and as well as service. The environment can be different because just think about it. DoorDash looks and says, hey, Pedro, you received just $20 in a 4-mile delivery. Jealousy and all of that starts coming in.
Yeah.
And without the situation is where we actually seen that the DoorDash says, you know what? We can take $1.50, we can take $2 from these guys and reroute it alternative ways. You know, give the customers feeling like the 18% that DoorDash charges is actually money that actually being allowed to drivers when really you don't see a penny of that. So, you know, reroute, so having, you open up the Bible, it says, what the right hand does, the left hand should never know. Now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, splitting. So, what happened on the right side? Left side doesn't know. Then the left side starts behaving differently because they have no knowledge.
So, okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and you let me know. I want to make sure I'm keeping up with you. Okay. So, what you're saying is, basically, this is how the scenario goes. This is how my mind thinks, right? So you're saying the customer. That's where it starts, right? So Pedro wants to order McDonald's. Okay. Then I go on DoorDash, right? And I'm using DoorDash to get McDonald's, right? So I got customers number one. That's the first step, right? Then I'm using, the second step is McDonald's, basically, because that's who I want to do, you know, that's food I want. Third step is I got to use DoorDash to get McDonald's, right? And then we're adding, the fourth step would be another company seeing what that tip amount is and then facilitating it to the driver. So basically, we're going from the first step being the consumer, and then the last step being the fifth step would be the driver. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Understanding how the program works, because you know, as a CEO, I couldn't find the reasonable price for people to do the job. I had to learn some of the basics of programming.
Yeah.
Everything can be done in an app. So you're actually in an app. You're placing an order on DoorDash or McDonald's. So honestly, you're not leaving DoorDash. You're actually still on the app. All it is just a different name. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Vector. All it is just another name for a shopping cart. That's it.
Yeah.
As the transaction going through, and as you complete the transaction with DoorDash, it automatically opens up another window right on your phone. Can be even app where it grabs an ID from DoorDash and attaches it to this additional transaction of a tip home. So without ID, so whenever DoorDash then assigns a driver and then the driver actually completes the order, that driver's information ID gets attached to that order ID and sent out to the tip company. Within that tip company actually makes a deposit into a choice that either PayPal or etc. However they set up the payment or the funds. So the concept of the transfer is fairly easy. We're just adding one extra screen that the customer has to do because DoorDash already has the card information. Everything else, all they have to do is just adjust the dollar amount on the new screen because everything is attached to ID and it actually moves on to a third-party payment process. DoorDash now has a clue. Yeah. Because it's done on a separate window with the ID attached.
Man, it just, I mean, I get it. I'm not a very bright guy as far as tech goes. Like, as far as technology and stuff, like, I am not, my business acumen is really low. But I think it's like, it just seems like, why do we have to have so many steps? If these companies were just transparent, and if they had a little better advisors that actually had firsthand knowledge of like how restaurants operate, what drivers go through, I think there's an easier workaround. That's just my opinion. Somebody that worked in restaurants, somebody that now drives for a living, right? Like I think the apps make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. That's just me, but I think that, they're playing too many games, trying to be too cute, too many updates on the app. They're always trying to evolve things and change without being really, really, really good at one particular thing. They're adding things to the app, adding more merchants, nationwide delivery now, right? Like they're adding all this stuff now, all the grocery chains they've got now. Now, they want to deliver everything, right? And but they haven't fixed some of the basic stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. That's why, we talk about these things and it's fun to discuss things. And at the end of the day, who knows what these apps will do? You know what I mean?
I agree with you, and if you read my email that I sent you, I'm actually hoping maybe one day we'll have this discussion, because I personally believe that the CEO of the DoorDash is being fed inaccurate data. Because of inaccurate data, he's actually making inaccurate decisions. And there may be lack of experience. Actually on food, where he actually goes and makes maybe 2 weeks of delivery. He goes and actually every day in a different restaurant and actually works with the servers. So lack of understanding of operations, lack of experience, and then information being fed inaccurate. Now I'll give you an example of information being fed inaccurate. DoorDash says, hey, can you guys give me an average, what's the average drivers make out there that do 8 hours a day? So instead of somebody going and actually searching that, they put it in a right code in the computer to pull out the data from the database. And say, hey, arrange it. The guy goes on YouTube and Facebook and finds a couple guys and say, hey, I made $300 a day. I made $500 a day. And feeds that information to the CEO. Well, now what kind of decision the CEO is actually making?
Yeah.
They're just getting inflated information.
Yeah. Yeah, because most of us are not, 99% of drivers are not making $300 a day. You know what I mean? Like that's maybe that's like 1% of people doing this work are making $300 a day. Like, yeah, I think there's days you can make it, but that's not normal.
If you guys look at my channel at episode 2, where I'm talking about vehicle expense, and that's actually very interesting video for a lot of people to drive that actually want to understand the breakdown. I actually explained there that if I would have taken information from my managers without actually having my personal accountant verify that information and provide her own report, I will actually drive the company into the ground as a CEO.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Actually taking right information and taking the wrong information and then making those decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of the problems come in here is because I also looking at DoorDash and I've seen there's probably 4, 5, maybe maximum 6 top managers in DoorDash. So now a lot of those managers, they have companies that they work with, like a call center. DoorDash doesn't own their own call center. It's a third party provider the service. So you have a top manager overseeing a third party operation. Yeah. Do you think that that third party is actually providing accurate information? Then that information has to, on a weekly basis, at the corporate meeting, has to be provided to the meeting where then the CEO is making decisions in them. Yeah. And that's where I think a lot of issues are happening. Yeah.
No, I think you bring up some good points. And I want you guys to go check out Slavic's channel. He's just kind of, at least you're kind of just starting it in the way that you're doing it, right? It's still fairly new. Am I correct in saying that, or am I wrong?
Honestly, 3 months driving for DoorDash.
Okay. Yeah.
I drive for DoorDash in around 2014, when they were still working through the text messages. Back then, I actually was hired by a local manager that ran that place to investigate certain things that actually were happening that she wanted to confirm. So she shared a lot of things about DoorDash back then that I'm seeing. All of that was just, starting block with right now to actually implement.
Yeah.
So yes, I signed up over a year and a half ago, but that was kind of like, my backup plan just in case, and then a backup plan.
Yeah.
I want to go to reality.
Yeah. Well, I did get your email. I like the idea. I think it's something we could do probably in the next few weeks. The next Sunday show, I got this other guy coming on. But I like the idea. I won't share it with everybody now, but I think we could definitely do that because I think that could be an interesting conversation. So be on the lookout and we'll be in contact, Slavic. Thank you, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, I'll be honest, guys. I don't think I'll be doing DoorDash for the next 2, 3, 5 years. This is probably a short thing in my life until something else I start.
Yeah.
But in this short period of time, I want to actually make a change that actually will stay with you guys will appreciate, and things that actually can reshape the future, either of DoorDash or maybe another gig economy or something, and as well as help people that listen become business minded, understand how business operates.
Absolutely.
And future listeners become business owners.
Yeah. No, I believe that. I think that's good. I think, there's so many YouTube channels with the gig economy, and a lot of them are mostly ride-alongs, and I fall into that, but then I'm trying to I need to get, it will change and evolve because, I've got the vending machines going. I make money on YouTube. Like I got multiple streams. I'm going to start some business stuff coming up. Like there's going to be other things. I think we have to think about the future. I think the biggest thing is, and this, I've said this a million times, we got to use these apps as a stepping stone to the next thing. Right. And maybe you're doing it for 6 months. Maybe it's a year. Maybe it's 2 years and you're saving money to do the next thing. But if we use it as a stepping stone and we're working towards something, I think that these gig apps are really good for that.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And it should be something temporary taking you to greener measures.
Absolutely. Thank you, Slavic. I appreciate your thoughts, man. I always appreciate your insight. And I'll talk to you soon, my friend. Thanks, man. All right. Okay. Text in your questions. Okay. So next question we got text in. No tip, no trip. This is Paul in Springfield, Missouri. So, okay. Let's talk to Paul. Let's give him about 30 seconds here. So tonight's topics, we're talking about, is no tip, no trip a bad mentality? First topic. Second topic is, should customers just pay a kind of like a flat fee based on mileage and or distance proximity? Are you going to be working on Thanksgiving? And fourth topic was, hold on, I always forget. The Uber Eats update where you have to accept 5 out of 10 trips in order to see full trip transparency. Like if you're somebody like me that's at 15% acceptance rate on Uber Eats, they will only show me merchant money. They won't show me miles. That's crazy, right? Now this isn't everywhere yet, but it's going to be in select markets. They're going to test it out. I don't think it's going to last because I think people are just be like, I'm not driving for Uber if I don't know how many miles I'm going to go. With gas prices the way they are, like that's absurd. And I think the person that is trying to guilt Uber Eats drivers into taking trips and, doesn't understand what we're doing out here. So, all right, let's talk to Paul here. We're going to give him a call. Paul, I hope you are ready, my friend. You want to talk about no tip, no trip?
Hello?
Paul, how are you today?
Hey, good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. You got the floor, my friend. What would you like to say?
Okay. Just kind of collect my thoughts here. So the whole no tip, no trip, I definitely agree with you. It seems like when I listened last night, I did a roundtable and other people that talk about like why it's a bad idea, why no tip, no trip is bad, and typically it's going to be something like it's malicious kind of towards customers and we depend upon them. That's kind of like the what it boils down to most of the time. And I think that we need to go back to the concept of everybody kind of having free will and being independent and no one's making them order from DoorDash. I mean, it's good for us if they do. But they have a lot of other options. Like, it's a new thing. A couple of years ago, it wasn't even a possibility.
Yeah.
So,
this is very new. I think you bring up a great point. The way we're getting food delivery right now has changed rapidly just in the last year or two. Before, it was like pizza and Chinese. 10 years ago, that's all you could get, pizza and Chinese. Now you can get everything.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, it's not malicious. Like, if they want to, back out the tip and put a zero, they've got every right to do that.
Yeah.
But you have every right to not take it, not because you hate them, but because you don't want to. You don't have to take it. You're not obligated. They're not obligated to order anything. To me, it's like, it's obvious. I mean, and the biggest thing, one of the points that we make that I like the most is about the whole respect thing. Like, it doesn't even have to be about money. Okay, $2, 30 cents to zero, it's only $2 difference. It's not that much money, right?
Sure, absolutely.
But actually, the fact that they would, it takes more effort to pay you zero.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah, so they're willing to put in more effort, just to not pay you. And to them, it's only $2 too. You know what I mean? It's still only. I mean, as an example, it's not a lot of money. So it's not really about the money then, is it? Right? It's about something else. That's
Yeah. No, I think you bring up a really good point, and I think you talking about free will, right? I'll just talk about myself for a minute. Yeah, sometimes I do find myself get maybe a little too, like emotional, maybe, or I take it too personal. If somebody doesn't want to leave me a tip, and I look at the screen, oh my God, $3, and I get disgusted for a moment. And you know what? I probably shouldn't be, because that's their decision, right? They wanted whatever and a pizza, and they didn't want to tip for whatever reason, or maybe they were going to tip in cash, because some people do that. And as drivers, we get so worked up about it, we take it personal sometimes. But we also have to understand we have the ultimate control usually, right? Because we just hit decline and keep it moving, right? We don't have to. The gig apps don't make us take it, right? So I think you bring up a really good point with that. And I mostly, and you said it yourself, for me, it's about like, hey, I want to do business with people that respect my time. And that's kind of how I rationalize it, and that kind of makes me feel better for making that decision. And somebody eventually, I guess, will bring them that food if the base pay goes up enough, But I just feel like it's so crummy that DoorDash and the companies, like they'll send you something for $1.50. Like, that's not even worth the gas in some cases.
No.
So then at that point, you're breaking even, and we shouldn't be working and breaking even. I don't think,
I thought that one thing was that I won't be under all night, so I want to take up all your time. Secondly, my phone I need to charge it. Someone said, but really cool. I watched a TED Talks recently. I think it was talking about like co-ops. What would they call it? Platform co-ops. You know anything about that?
Not really. I've heard that talked about, but I don't really have a lot of knowledge on that. No.
So basically, imagine there is not a DoorDash app per se, but someplace else people will go to order, and it's only the drivers that basically run it. It's a cool concept. They do with a lot of tech things, but look into it. If you feel inclined, when you get some time. But it would make a lot of sense. There's some taxi drivers that have done it, but it's a lot more equitable. It's kind of a union essentially for DoorDash.
Are these in bigger markets, bigger cities right now? I would assume.
I would assume. I saw something last night and I read a little bit about it on the internet. So I'm not an expert, but what I read, it seems like somewhere on the East Coast maybe. And
Cool.
Yeah.
Paul, I appreciate your insight, man. I really like that free will. I haven't heard anybody kind of mention it and propose it like that. It's really interesting to me. So I appreciate you calling in tonight, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, we got a few more texts here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. GiG Cleveland want to talk about Thanksgiving and restaurant yesterday. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Let's call GiG Cleveland, because I think the Thanksgiving thing, I want to talk about it. I will not be doing it.
Hello?
GiG Cleveland, what's up, man? How are you?
Pedro and Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
This is Pedro, yes. How's it going, man? You want to talk about Thanksgiving? What do you got in your mind?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be working Thanksgiving here probably the Black Friday just because it's just going to be so busy on Friday. But Thanksgiving, I've never worked before, but I want to spend time with family, because I do work a lot. There's times you miss things. This is kind of like a time where I like to stay with family. I don't begrudge anybody who does work on Thanksgiving. I worked many holidays. I worked Christmases. I worked New Year's before. So, no, I'm probably not going to. But I kind of wanted to touch base about something really quick.
Go ahead.
When it comes to talking about the restaurants and orders and stuff like that, I don't think that it's a slowdown per se. I think orders are there. I think what it is that I was at Applebee's yesterday. I was taking an order, and they cut off the Grubhub, the DoorDash, the Uber Eats machine because they said there was too many orders. There was like 40 orders from DoorDash, 20 orders from Uber Eats. So it's not like there's not enough work. It's just there's not enough people.
Yeah.
In some respects.
Yeah. I worked at Applebee's for a long time, man. And I anytime I go to pick up, I don't go there often in my market because I don't see a lot of offers that are really good. But I always imagine, like, what would the Pedro that managed these Applebee's how would I think about having DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats? It'd be a whole nother thing to manage. You know what I mean? And with staffing levels, I do not envy. I mean, they got it's a lot of work to manage a restaurant right now. It's more now, I would imagine, than when I did it, and it was a lot then. And I'm only a year removed from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I used to work at Subway part time, like a while ago, like before.
Gig, I think we lost you. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, they have DoorDash, they have Uber Eats, they have all that. So it's like an added layer of complexity to like a work shift for those people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you saying you're not I'm not working Thanksgiving. I've never worked. I've never done gig work on Thanksgiving at least, or Christmas. I've done it the day before and after. So I don't even know. I want you guys to put in the live chat. Or maybe gig. I don't know if that's even a busy day. I would imagine my guess would be maybe at like 9 p.m. you get some orders at late, but I would imagine during the day it's probably really slow. Maybe in the morning you get last minute convenience store runs. But what do you think? Is that even a busy day? Is there any money to be made on Thanksgiving?
You probably have like a $4 or $5 peak in the evening because it's a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah.
I just had my turkey. I'm gonna go grab some Hennessy or something like that.
Right.
But you don't want to deal with that. I wouldn't. But anyways.
I don't plan on. I wouldn't. We're going to be out of town. Even if I was in town, I wouldn't plan on working on Thanksgiving. But hey, I think there are some people that need to work. Monetarily, they're like, hey, I gotta still pay my bills. It's another day for me. Or maybe they have family that's not with them anymore or lives in another state, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna drop in on a friend's kind of deal, and then I'll work a little bit. I think there's good reasons to work. For me, I'm definitely going to take that day off. So.
Yeah, like I said, I appreciate your time. But like I said,
yeah, man. Well,
just be safe out there because it's darker earlier. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's all I got, man.
Absolutely. Gig Cleveland, appreciate your support, man. And have a great Thanksgiving this week with your fam, man. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you. All right, let's see. We got Gig Life in here. Donna, let's look at the chat. Lauren, Gig Life with Lexi. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you guys are well. Donna, delivering with Ellen. Joseph in the house. What's up, man? We got Frank and Adam still here with us. April Beans in the house. Love to see the love and support from you guys. Listen, if you guys don't know who Gig Life is, you need to go check out Gig Life. Gig Life, you did a video. I think it was you talked about a scenario where it was a corn. Somebody didn't understand what a can of corn was. I thought it was so funny, but so real. So thank you for that. I had a good laugh. Not at your expense, but kind of at your expense. But I thought it was funny. I really like the videos, man. It was awesome. All right. So let's look at who we got here. Next text question. I feel if you don't tip, you shouldn't get your order. Okay. Any of these gig apps are luxuries and people don't have to use them. I agree with that. And that some people might not, but I do generally agree with that. Somebody says, hey, Pedro, it's Johnny, man. Did Spark for the first time. Johnny did Spark. Okay, let's see. I'm going to be calling. We're going to take a few more calls here. Hold on. I want to do this one here. I'm going to see if they're ready. All right. Well, we're waiting on that. Let's check the chat out. Team the Dream. I hope you are well. Yeah, man. Peter, what's up, man? How are you? Hey, Pedro, always a great live show. Thanks, man. I really look forward to ending the week with you guys. It's kind of like ending the week, like I say, but then we're starting our next week because it's kind of late. If you're on the West Coast right now, it's almost 8. Midwest, 10 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, it's 11. And, we're getting ready. We're gearing up for this holiday week coming up. We're talking about and thinking about how our week went. Did we make our money? Did we not? What did we learn in our market? Was it a good week, bad week? What am I going to take that knowledge and take it in the next week, right? Learn from mistakes, learn from what were good things. All right, so let's do this next call here. Oh, hold on. All right, here we go. Hello, you are live with Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Yos Malone, how's it going?
Yos, you said Malone, right?
Yes.
I'm well. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic.
So let's talk about the comment. You said you believe in no tip, no trip, and if people can tip, they shouldn't get their order. Is that how you feel?
100%. I've been doing DoorDash for about a year-ish, a little year, whatever. Doesn't matter. I've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
And I ordered it myself. So before I was a driver, I ordered it myself, and I was like, you should probably tip. Working it and knowing that people have to delete this app out, as a deliberate, you delete it out, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because let alone, why would somebody drive for $3? Like, that anybody's like, you're trying to make money out here. Why don't you drive for $3 for 15 miles sometimes? You're just like, this is crazy. So
yeah, it doesn't make any logical sense that anybody would ever take a $3 going 15 miles. You're actually losing money on that. Like,
exactly,
you're losing money. Like, you're actually negative. My guess is on that kind of trip, you're probably negative $2 as far as like depreciation, some taxes, whatever, and then the gas. You're probably negative a couple bucks. So, and that's going to take you maybe 30 minutes, and you lost money. It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely, and before your channel came out, before most of the channels came out, and teaching other people, your first night you do it, you get excited, you get an offer,
yeah,
start blinking, you're like, oh, I'll take this $3, and it's like, wait a minute, something's not right.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take, obviously, before I start watching YouTube and learning, you took those junk orders, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm only making $20 after 2 hours. What's going on? And you start learning, like, I can decline offers because they don't have any training. It's just like you just start.
Yeah,
you accept an order, and so
you bring up a great point, and I think, and I don't have any analytical data to back this up. This is just my opinion, but I think, DoorDash tells us there's over 2 million dashers. Most of them are part-time, but still, right? And then you add in another, let's say, million between Uber Eats and Grubhub. So let's say there's 3 million people doing food delivery apps, not including Instacart or whatever else, right? I think the vast majority of those people are not watching YouTube. They're not in Facebook. They're not in Reddit getting the information. So there are a lot of people they don't know any better, and they think, oh, it says 3, but maybe they'll tip me in cash. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe, and they don't know, so they take it, and then they're like, oh my God, like you just said, I made $20 in 2 hours. Like, what's going on here, right? And they still do it, and they're oblivious to really the power that they have with the decline button,
That is exactly what oblivious. Once I watched the channel for a while, and I'm a huge fan of yours, and what you're doing, preaching BetonYou, one day at a time. So I really took that mantra to myself, and in doing these apps, you should build on something else. I 100% agree with that. But anyways, I can talk about how much I like Pedro's show, but no.
Oh, no. I really appreciate that. I'm very humbled that people even listen to my ranting and raving. But I do think I do help people at some point, even if we disagree about something, then that's still like helping in some way. I know that sounds weird, but like at the end of the day, like that's part of the reason why I have it. I want us to think differently and think about what's the next step. You know, Gig Life's in here. Gig Life talks about that all the time. Like, hey, multiple hustles, like have multiple streams, do something, you know, use this as money to do something you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to be building towards something. And I think if we do that, it makes doing the gig apps a little more tolerable, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Now I got a story to tell you actually real quick. I won't take too much of your time.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash, and I'm in Liberty, Missouri. And I saw a guy. It was at 54th Street. I think you guys have one in St. Louis.
We do. Street. Yes, we do.
And I saw him standing there. I was like, hey, because I try to spark up a conversation with some of those folks.
Yeah.
Just to see, gauge and say, hey, do you do this? Do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Guy's first night, he said, this is my second night doing this. And we both wait. It was about, I don't know, sometimes they're good, sometimes you can't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was getting to that point, it's like, yeah, I can't trust them. I got another order waiting in my car. And so I said, hey, how long have you been here? He said, about 15 minutes. I think the order paid like $7. I said, man, the client, I showed him how to get out the order and said, you need to go because that order is not worth it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was like $7 for like, it was just a trash order.
Yeah.
I was like, man, get out. And I would have never done that if I like watched your channel and said, hey, you see some of these other folks that have never done it before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we gotta, you know, we gotta help some of the newbies out there. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, if you see somebody, and like I said before, you see that bright red DoorDash bag. If that thing's bright red, and you know, you see them looking, they got that nervous look, and they're like, have a small conversation. Hey man, how long you been doing this? Oh, I've been doing it for 2 days, 2 weeks. Hey, okay. You know, you mind if I tell you what I've kind of learned? I've been doing it for a little while. Have a conversation. And you know what? If they don't want to, that's fine. But if they do, you might be able to help that person reach their goals quicker because they don't, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's good for you to do that, man. So, hey, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Most of the time, people are very receptive, but thank you so much for the time, my man. I appreciate it. I like watching.
No problem, man.
Everybody just doing good stuff. So
appreciate it, man. Have a good rest of the night. Thank you.
You too, man. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, let's see what we got on the text line. All right, so I think we got some new. I'm trying to also keep up with the chat because I know you guys. I love how you guys help each other, and you guys are a cool, crazy bunch. You know, I know I saw Mr. Anderson in here. 6 years is too long, Donna. I don't know. Time to treat yourself again. What Donna say? We got Gig Lebowski, aka Michael, up in the house. Gig Talk with Lynn. Gig Economy Talk with Lynn. Kathy, how are you? We got Abby Lynn, Mort McFly. All right, we got some love. Gina Chamberlain. Me and Gina used to work together. Gina, I hope you and your family are well. Hope your daughter's well. Hope your significant other's well. I miss you and Mary, man. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. We got to have lunch together sometime soon. We got to do that, Gina. I hope you're well. Tanner Markley in the house. Oh, no, Tanner, don't be doing all that. Don't be doing that in here. We ain't plugging nobody's. I don't want that guy's name even said. Let's just, here, I don't want to do it. No, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it tonight, Tanner. We ain't doing it. Yeah, I ain't doing that energy tonight. All right, so let's see. Hey, Pedro, it's Johnny, man. Did Spark for the first time. Oh, okay. Hold up. Let's see. Let me see if Johnny's ready. Spark. So Spark is Walmart delivery, I believe, right? I believe Spark is Walmart delivery. I'm not a big Walmart fan, but you guys know if the money's right and all the stars align, I will do a Walmart, but it's so few and far between. Like it just doesn't, it just doesn't happen at all. So let's see, Lauren, I hadn't had any in ages. Came across some ground at, is that venison you're talking about? Enrique Aguilar. What up, Pedro? Enrique from Vegas. Been watching you for a week now. Thanks, man. What up? Out in Vegas. What up? 156 people. Hit that like button for real. Yeah, Gina. Miss you too. We had some crazy but good times at the casino, man. What do you, you know what? Gina, you still got my number. Hit me up. What are you doing now? Are you back at, you got my number. You can text me. Who wants to ride along with me and Pedro? Oh, Yos, I think you said you were in a part of Missouri. You're probably only a few hours from me, bro. Listen, I'm all part. I would love to do a ride along with somebody else. I think that would be really, really fun. GiG says, be right back. Food just finished. Princess, what up? What up? How are you? Have you still making videos? I feel like you ain't making them anymore. But I hope you're well. Maybe that means you're on the bigger and better pastures. Princess has a channel as well. What up, CJ? Kansas City. Yeah, so you're 3.5 hours away. My brother lives in Kansas City. So I'm usually there about 2 times a year. It's been a few months, so I got to make my way up there soon. Okay, let's see. I think Johnny's ready. Let's talk about a little Spark here, and I'll ask him a couple questions here. Hello, you're live with Pedro de Santiago. Is this Johnny?
Yeah.
Johnny, how are you, man?
All right. I don't know why you can't hear me through my Bluetooth. That's weird.
I can hear you now, though. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can hear him okay?
Yeah, I put you on speaker.
Okay, cool. So Spark, what do you want to talk about? One of the topics, or do you want to talk about Spark? What's going on? What do you got in your mind tonight?
I'll hit on Spark. I feel like a dumb idiot.
Okay.
Yes, you don't scan. Okay, when you go to check out for a shop or order there, it's not like it.
So hold on, Johnny, give us some backstory. So you're doing Spark, right? And that's at Walmart, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then these are orders you have to shop yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
I took 2 of them, and idiot me didn't realize it says nowhere, not in their introduction videos, which are baby steps for delivery drivers, or in any of the text did it say not to scan it. It did say to bag it and then scan the QR code. So, and then I forgot when GiG Mom explained to me on one of her videos, she did it. She commented back to me. She's like, no, you just scan the QR code. And I'm like, I confused her, but like, I guess you scan in the app, then you just scan the QR code after you have them all bagged, and then it'll have you call over. It'll say, wait for someone, you got to call them over to get their attention, and they got to clear on their little PDA to have to go on. So you do not scan at all. And even I was on with customer service and even got someone from home office in Arkansas. I could hear the Arkansas or accent. Regular customer service is terrible, by the way. But they finally experienced me to someone in the U.S.
So how many items was this order, if you don't mind me asking?
The first one was around 30. The second one around 20. It was easy and paid well.
Were you at the self-checkout, or were you in an actual line and then the cashier was checking? Self. Okay. So you definitely wasted a little bit of time.
I wasted a lot of time. I wasted probably 2 hours total.
Oh my.
It paid me for the second one still.
Wow. Well, I mean, you learned something at least. That's how, you got to look at it that way. I would have been you probably have a lot more patience than me. I would have lost it. But, you know what I mean? But,
I talked to Lisa and she calmed me down a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, as far as the others, I'm probably going to end up working the holidays. I don't know. The way I've been treated by one side of the family has not been so well, and I don't know my dad's side too well. I mean, they're all like third cousins who are even near my age. So I plan to work. I've done it 100 times because I work retail and restaurants, so it doesn't bother me at all. DoorDash has a 25% off sale going on, at least in my market. My buddy shouted the text he got from DoorDash. And
25% off for the customers when they order on the platform.
Yeah.
So do you think Thanksgiving is going to be busy in your market for DoorDash?
I think Drum will be because they can't, the ones who can't go home for their family,
Okay.
So I think that might pay out well for me. I'm on a $14.50 order for Taco Bell right now.
Nice.
Only a $1.50 pay, so I'm surprised they're showing me so much.
14. So how many items? Is it like 80 items and 60 of them are sauce packets?
Ironically, a lot of them forget the sauce packets.
Yeah.
6 items, it says. All actual items.
I had one order from Taco Bell about a month ago. 300 items. 300 items. And I accepted it, and I knew it was going to be like, and it was like 290 sauce packets and like 10 bean burritos. Yeah. And it was paying like $6. I did it. And the Taco Bell actually put in a lot of sauce packets. There's no way they did 290, but like there was probably 50 or 60 in there. And the customer, I hope, was happy. But yeah, it's crazy. Well, Johnny, let me ask you one more question. I know you're busy, but let me ask you let me ask you one more question, okay? So, do you think you're somebody that has multiple apps? You've been doing this work for a while. Tomorrow, let's say you woke up, you turned on DoorDash, and there was no more tips. It was just all based on mileage, and they were going to pay you $2 a mile. Would you think that was a good or bad thing for you?
Here in my market, by drum, that would probably be bad.
Okay.
And a lot less people would order, so that's just unrealistic. It's not going to happen.
You think less people would order because they'd have to pay more?
Yes.
Even if they didn't have to tip, they'd have to pay more, you think?
Yes. Especially in my market. Most everything that's spread out.
Right.
I mean, you can go in Watertown and do short distance. I do all highway miles.
Yeah.
And I make money that way,
Yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah, we've talked about it. I'm the same way. I'm learning to do that, and it's actually really good because I don't know, I can do more in less time, So for me, it's right. Hey man, I appreciate you calling in, man, and I'm sorry to hear Thanksgiving plans with the family or whatnot, but I hope you have a great day, and I hope it's if you're out there working, you're safe, and you can make some money, and you have a good rest of the week, man. So.
Yeah, well, we'll probably get together come Easter. My sister, I guess they'll have Easter off, so we'll go to Rome and have dinner at her house. Yeah. With her birthday, so that was nice, Yeah,
I remember you saying that. That's cool. Cool. Well, be safe out there, man. Take that, deliver that Taco Bell order, man, and drive safe, brother.
I will.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. For those of you that don't know, Johnny is Bud Soda. So Bud Soda is very, very communicative and live in this community with a lot of other channels. So let's see what we got here. Hello, Pedro Cunita here. No tip, no trip. Flush it. I'm new to this, and I just don't understand the whole hide tip things. Why can't DoorDash just show us the whole? You know what? I want to see if she wants to talk. And I'm glad to find your channel. I love your energy, and you have a beautiful spirit. Yeah, I try. Talk about TaskRabbit on a show 1. I'm going to try it this week. TaskRabbit, what's that? All right. Well, she says she's ready to talk, so let's do this. TaskRabbit. It's interesting. And my spirit hasn't always been this way, so I've evolved as a man, that's for sure. But I appreciate you saying that.
And my spirit hasn't always been this way.
Hello. You are live with Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. The floor is yours. Let's talk about no tip, no trip.
Basically, I feel like any service that I ever gotten, like whether it's the restaurant or, I even do Grubhub delivery, so I know the other end of it. And or my nails getting done or my toes getting done, I always tip the person.
Yeah.
And it makes me like, a repetitive customer for the services that I get from them. So I always do because they're giving me the service. It makes me confused, and I'm just like upset. Like, okay, I just delivered your food to you where you didn't have to do anything, and yet you don't even tip $1.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like, I made sure you got your food, and you didn't even tip like $1. So I'm like you, and you make me laugh when you do the Kobe.
Oh, Kobe all day, man. That's yeah. My mind works a little different. So all these little catchphrases, I just come up with them on the fly, and then they just, like when I record, it's just me talking madness. And the Kobe one stuck. I think a lot of people like it. So I appreciate you saying that.
when you stuck with me because when you, I'm sorry, when I first saw your video and you were like saying that, I thought you were talking about the restaurant, so I kept declining it.
Oh, no. I was talking like, you know what it is. You know what it means now. Most people do. Yeah. No, I wasn't talking about the restaurant. That's funny.
Okay, so that's why I think no tip, no tip, no trip.
Yeah.
And the other thing was like, why do you do this hidden tip thing like it's a video game? Like we have to solve all these clues just to figure out what we earned to beat the video game. I feel like that is stupid, and I don't play video games, so they ain't fun to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I've talked about the hidden tip things a lot, and I've become really good at finding them. But it's ridiculous that they play the game. But it's I don't know why. I'm not part of the DoorDash business side, and there has to be a reason for it. But like it's silly. It's silly that a customer tips $10, which is a great tip for any order, I think. And DoorDash only shows me $4. You know what I mean? It's silly that we have to play the game, the DoorDash PS5 game of finding the hidden tips, and it's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, I realize, I'm doing this work. Let me just figure out how to find them so that I can make my money and then like not be too emotional about it. But it's rather ridiculous that they do it, and they know they do it. They know, and they know that we know, and they think it's funny, and it's rather crazy. But I don't know. There's not much we can really do about it right now.
We're gonna get in that game. You and I, we're gonna make the DoorDash video.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you: are you going to be working on Thanksgiving, or are you going to take the day off?
So I have replied to someone in the chat about that. So I noticed that before I started dashing, that like on holidays, especially I think it was like 4th of July. And it was booming, but that first time going, you kind of be like scared about doing it. So I didn't start like right away when I started the app. And I'm like, okay, I noticed that the holidays be booming. Some people live alone, some people don't have family, some people family far away. So maybe it's just them and they're not gonna make anything. And then it's just like me. I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna make anything. I get nobody to really cook for. But yeah. I do have some place to go. But they usually do it like really early, where then after that, I feel like, okay, I'll just do a few hours of dashing on that day because it seems like it's really good money. But you got somebody like totally adamant that's in the chat like, don't do it.
I mean, we all gotta listen. We all have to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked on Thanksgiving when I worked at the restaurants. I had to work Thanksgiving. I didn't enjoy it, but hey, that's what I had to do. You know what I mean? Now I have the luxury, at least I can make that choice. But hey, if you gotta make money, you gotta make money. Or if you want to work because you don't want to be home alone, because maybe your family's not around or in another state, that's a good reason too. So we all do what we do. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So today I had a order. And I took it because it was like plus $8. So yeah. I'm like, oh, let me take this because I declined a whole bunch of them. And I'm like, okay, let me pick something with the plus $8 came up. Because they send me trash orders or they'll like send me something like really far or something. So I took this order and it was like the worst thing I could have ever done because it was a hospital. Yeah. So I took the hospital. It was far. And it was a hospital. So I went and took it, and the instruction said, leave at front desk, blah, blah, blah. And one guy, he was like, oh, just leave it at the other end. So when I go to leave it at the other end, some guy, behind the counter, checking somebody in, it's a hospital, he decided to tell me, oh, no, you can't leave that there. You have to take it to them or they must come down. Now, the lady, I've been communicating with her twice through the phone. She was not nowhere down, and this order was like somewhere on the 6th floor for a patient.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm not doing that because I already wasted like maybe almost 10 minutes trying to get this done.
Yeah.
So when he said, oh, you have to wait, I was like, oh, no, it's a wrap. it's a wrap on that one. So I had already took the picture when the guy told me to leave it on the other side. So I called her and I explained to her what was happening. And I walked out the door. I'm like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I got to get back to work.
You said, what you gonna do?
We in the right place right now. We at the hospital.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's funny a little bit. I mean, that's.
He made me so angry, but I thought about to pull my energy back in. Like,
Oh yeah, you got to.
I got to go. But I couldn't believe that. Like, are you kidding me? If I was in the hospital, I wouldn't want no strange person come and see me all connected up to things and you know, in my gown. And,
yeah, I'll share a quick story with you. I've delivered to hospitals many times, but 99% of the time, it's always to somebody that works there, and they can meet me, or I leave it at the front. It's really kind of mostly pretty easy. But like one time, I had somebody deliver, or they wanted me to bring it up to the room, but I couldn't. And they were telling me, you got to leave it here. And the customer got upset because I had to leave it at a spot where she couldn't come down and get it. And the hospital people were saying, well, it's not our job to go take it up. Like, it was a big fiasco. But like, I think it's odd that people would order something like that and expect us to deliver it to their room. I think that's really odd. You know what I mean?
She didn't want me to deliver it to the room. The guy at the front desk wanted me to deliver it at her room. Like,
oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not doing COVID here. And the lady's like, oh, we don't have COVID. I just laughed. Like, it took all my power not to like fall out on the floor, because she's going to say, oh no, we don't have COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I would not. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't go to somebody's room like that. It's a little too personal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get people are in hospitals and babies are being born, and it's not always a bad occasion, right? But like, if you're going to order at the hospital and you're a patient or something, you should have somebody meet the driver outside or somewhere, you know, in a lobby or something. And we're not taking food up to somebody's room. Like, I think that's a little weird, but you know.
And even if with the nurse, they see that we're there, they should have been making their way down. So I thought that was kind of rude.
Yeah, for sure.
And it really wasn't like a big tip or anything. I think it was like $2, so it wasted a lot of my time, and I had to end my day at a loss. But far as I'm gonna go after this one, TaskRabbit.
Yeah.
I found that like doing research. And I don't know more about it or not. I can't really tell you much about it myself.
I have never heard about it until you mentioned it.
Really, if this is what it really is, I passed the whole background thing like in 1 minute. You do these things and you list all these things that you can make like $50 an hour up on something that you have skills in, or something you're passionate in that people are looking for. Something like assembling furniture, or fixing something, or hanging up my TV, or cleaning up the yard, or taking out the trash. Like, just a bunch of things. Shopping, same thing, delivering or whatever, decorating, whatever. And people would book you, you know, schedule you, and you can set your own price. So I'm thinking like, I'd rather do that. Put all these miles on my 300.
No, yeah, I think, you know, so that's a different kind of gig work, right? But it may be depending on market and skill level. Maybe that could be a kind of gig that could be really helpful for some people.
I know, especially when they drop down to cooking, because I'm in the kitchen. I could do that all day.
Oh, I love to cook. I love to cook.
I am really good.
Yeah, that's fun. What's your specialty? What do you enjoy cooking? If you were gonna make one dish to impress somebody, what would that dish be?
Okay, I would go Italian, because I love the way I do my chicken Parmigiano Italiano.
Ooh.
Because I do it like I double cook the chicken, and people are like, how do you double cook the chicken? I bake it halfway, then I egg, batter, flour, all that, and then cook it in food.
Ooh.
And then I add all the other things to it. And I have a special diet due to the fact I don't claim it, but I gotta explain it. I have Crohn's disease, but it doesn't prevent me from being able to cook anything. And now that I'm down in Florida, it's bringing out the best in me. Because I'm from Chicago too, Side, all England.
Yeah.
And I moved down here, and I'm like, I'm back, you know. And like, everybody got their hustle down here, and it's not like in Minnesota where I came from when I got here. It's not like them. They always pocket knifing, and you got Karens calling the police if you out there selling a cookie. It doesn't matter.
What you sound like you made sounds really good. I'll share a quick story with you guys. I like to cook. You know, I'm not a great cook, but I'm. This is what I'd say. I'm really, really good at cooking. If you just put me in any kitchen and there's a decent amount of different kind of ingredients, I can make you something very tasty. You know what I mean? Like, I don't make any one thing fantastic, but I make a lot of things really well. So tonight I made some tacos, and the way I do my tacos, I do it's like a street taco. I do a small corn tortilla. You got to have avocados. So I chop them avocado, put them on the side. Some people put them in with the taco. I don't eat meat, so I got this like fake meat. But if let's just say I did meat, I'd do like a steak with it. I do raw onions. I chop up cilantro, a lot of cilantro, lime. I put in a little bit of this, seasoning and stuff like that. But I put radishes in. I sliced up radishes really thin. I put those in with my tacos. And I put a little bit of this avocado ranch that I make. Just a little bit of ranch with like avocado puree. And I'll tell you what, I did a little cilantro lime rice tonight, corn and black bean mixture. And it was pretty tasty. And I enjoy to cook. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I really like it. Uh-oh, the baby's crying. Is she okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to take the next call and check on the baby, but have a great Thanksgiving, okay?
Be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. You want me to grab her?
She just wants more bottles.
She ate the whole thing. So Ruby, our daughter, she's just turned 4 months old for you guys, has been like eating a lot lately, like today at least. So she just had a bottle. She wants some more. So if you hear her crying in the background, she might make a special appearance on the live tonight. But my girlfriend's got it under control, I think. Do you want me? I can feed her. Do you want me to feed her?
I got her.
Okay.
I want her to go back to sleep.
Okay. For those of you that haven't met Ruby, she's the perfect baby. All parents say that, but she really is. I think the girlfriend's got it. Can you guys hear her in the background? I'm going to go get her. Hold on. Pause.
Wait, don't. I'm going right now.
You don't want me to go there? Okay. Girlfriend's got it under control. I trust her more than I trust myself. So, all right. So let's see what we got on the text lines. Yeah, text lines. Let's see. I think we got Cindy. Let's see. Hold on. Is it worth it to work Thanksgiving? ? I will not deliver for someone who doesn't value what I am doing. Let's see if they're ready to talk. While we're doing that, let's check the chat. Let's see what we got up in here. Does she like applesauce? So, my daughter? She's 4 months old. So right now, we don't give her that kind of stuff, but we have been giving her banana, like mush up banana. She loves that. Honey. We give her oatmeal. I've given her, what's the other? There's one other thing that we've kind of fed her, and she really enjoys it. Blueberries. Kind of mash up a blueberry and give her a little taste. And yeah, she's ready to eat. And the next, probably when she's probably 2 months from now, then we'll really start giving her more. She's only 4 months, but she seems older than that. I don't know. She's crawling a little bit. Like my daughter Ruby she's built a little different. She's a COVID baby. She's a tough baby. A lot had to happen for her to be into this world, and it shows in her personality. That's for sure. So, is this an episode of Cops? Oh no, it's not. Let's see what we got. Cooking with Pedro. Oh, I would love to do a show like that. I think that would be super cool. I think my battery's low. No. I would love to do a live where I was cooking. I've seen some other channels do it already, and I think they're really cool. William Anderson has a channel. He's cooked a little bit. There was somebody else I watched, and they cooked a little bit. I love to cook. And I can throw down in the kitchen. I really enjoy, like I said, like looking in my refrigerator and saying, okay, what do I got? And then I make something with that. I got these veggies I can chop up. I got this zucchini. I got these peppers. All right, I got some chicken over there. I got this. Okay, I got rice up there, and I'll season it up and I'll make it tasty. All right, so let's take this next call here. See if they're ready.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Who do we have on the line tonight?
This is Cindy. How are you?
I am fantastic, Cindy. How are you tonight?
I'm doing really good.
Great.
I want to tell you that you have helped me so much. I'm the crazy person that I think asks you questions almost every video.
Oh, I love the questions, and I try to get to as many of them as I can. So I appreciate questions, and if I don't have an answer, I won't give you a wrong one. I know I can say that. So.
Well, I don't believe in a no tip. I will not deliver for anybody who doesn't tip me. I find it just extremely disrespectful.
I agree. I think. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever delivered to somebody and it was a no tip? Because I've done it several. I've probably delivered 20 plus deliveries where I didn't realize there wasn't a tip or whatever for whatever reason. Has that happened to you?
It has, and it's usually because I feel that DoorDash tricks me. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this before, and it could be just a fluke and I'm not paying attention, but I really try to see where I'm going because I have bad areas, and it's dangerous to go in some of them. And I will look as closely and quickly as I can because I don't have much time. It only allows me, I think, like 15 seconds to say yes or no.
Yeah.
And so I will look and see where it is, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm going to a different area.
Different.
And I don't know if that
different area than it originally showed you.
Yes.
With DoorDash.
Yes.
Isn't
that crazy?
It
doesn't happen often, but it does happen. But yes, I have actually done no tips, and it's usually with a stacked order.
Yes, I've definitely been caught a few times with that. And sometimes if I will look and see, you could actually hit the question mark and like say that you want to unassign it, and it will tell you, okay, now your new delivery amount will be this. And if you do a little subtraction, you could kind of tell if there's a tip or not. And sometimes I've unassigned it, sometimes I haven't. But yeah, typically they'll try to put a good, decent order with an order that's been hanging around for a while, and they'll make it look desirable because they'll add, you know what I'm saying? Like you get an order that's $8 and they tipped you $5, and then, but the total order shows 11. So it says 11 for 2 orders at Panera, but like we don't know that one of them is only $3, and that's usually the one that's sometimes going to be further away too. So it's more energy spent on the order that didn't give you a tip.
Have you experienced where somebody will purposefully put in like a 16-cent tip or a 20-cent tip?
I've had a couple tips that were 2 pennies. Yes. I've definitely had that a couple times. But I think sometimes it could be an error on the customer side. Like maybe they meant to leave $2, but they forgot to hit the 2 zeros behind it. Or sometimes customers, they like to round up their total. So if it's $29.98 worth of food, and they leave the 2 cents to round it up to 30. I think some people do that. But yeah, I've definitely had a couple pennies before.
Okay, because I get those quite often.
Yeah. Those are even worse than a no tip. It's like, why would you leave me 2 pennies? Like, that's like
really insulting because again, they have to work, I think, to do that.
They do. I think some customers do it by accident, and I think some do it because they're trying to be funny, but it's not funny.
Right.
Yeah.
I think in my area, if they did, if they went by mileage, I would probably be better off.
Okay.
I usually have to go 4 to 7 miles on almost every order.
Okay. So for you, customer, if you were going 4 miles and you were getting paid $8, that's a good order for you, right?
It is, but you have to also realize that there's, like if I work 4 or 5 hours, I make like $60.
Okay.
So factor that in too.
Yeah, absolutely. What market are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
You mean like where am I?
Yeah.
I'm near Chicago. I'm in a suburb of Chicago.
Suburb of Chicago. And you know what? I've heard from other people that those suburbs of Chicago are actually not great money markets, and I thought they would be, but I've heard from other people say that sometimes they also struggle to make to make a good hourly wage per hour. You know?
Yeah, I think a good night for me, like if I leave the house at like 4:00, and if I come home by 11:30 midnight, I think a really good night for me is $90.
Okay, so $90 for that's like 6 or 7 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's technically good or bad, but that's about what it is.
Yeah, it's all going to be
Friday night.
It's all going to be market specific, right? So for my market in St. Louis, if I made $90 in 7 hours, I'd be freaking out. Like that would be a really bad day for me. But that's just for me because I know St. Louis is a really good market, densely populated. You know what I mean? Like I make $90 in between 3 and 4.5 hours. So for me, if I'm working 7 hours, which is a normal day for me, I need to be closer to 200. But that's every market's different. So
it is, and I have found that. In fact, I think I learned all that from watching you. I've only been dashing since August.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm relatively new, but I also do think it's different for a female doing this.
Why do you think that?
There's safety issues. I think I'm treated probably better at a restaurant than maybe some of the guys are.
Okay.
There's just a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it would be nice if I think you saw you probably don't remember, but I commented that I think DoorDash doesn't take into consideration the safety aspect of us declining orders.
While we're driving? While we're driving, yeah. I think you're right. I think you're definitely right.
Like I have, I think, a decent customer rating, but I would never be able to be a top dasher because I have to decline. Like literally I have to. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I in my market, I could, if I was a top dasher, my pay would be cut in half. I think.
Yeah.
Because I would there's too many small orders. But some people say, well, the top dashers get better orders. In my market, I don't see that, at least, because I get really good orders. I just got to be patient. You know what I mean? I get really good orders still. So.
One thing that I noticed is when I was dashing consistently, meaning pretty much every day, after like 10 days in a row, all of the orders I got were no less than $10 each. And then if I skip 3, 4, 5 days, then I go back down to an average of like $6, $7 an order.
Interesting. That could be, it could be coincidence. It's hard to tell, right?
It happens quite often.
It happened often for you. Okay, yeah. So so the more you worked and the more active you were logged in on the app, you're seeing better paying offers.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think if that's what your market shows you, and then that's a good thing. You that's why it's important to learn your area, learn what works for you, learn what days work for you, what merchants are good for you. Maybe your Wendy's is really good for you. My Wendy's is really bad. You got to be willing to go.
Mine is too.
Yeah, you got to be willing to go out there and learn your area and become a master at your area for whatever that's worth. And then, and learn your own little tips and tricks,
And you do have to, but what I've noticed, it seems like, is pretty much everybody hates delivering for McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's. I don't mind McDonald's. I do a lot of Taco Bell because my Taco Bell is really good, actually. But I don't touch Wendy's. Yeah, I'll never go to Wendy's again. Yeah.
I do really good at our local ice cream shops.
And
all of them.
Okay.
All of them are usually $16 to $20, and I'm delivering like 2 scoops of ice cream.
Wow. And I guess you have a bag you're putting it in so it doesn't get all melty.
Correct.
Yeah. That would be important. Yeah. Wow. I think I've only done a few ice cream joints. Like there's a Dairy Queen. I've done that a few times, but usually when I do Dairy Queen, I'm actually delivering just burgers and chicken tenders and stuff, not a lot of blizzards. But there is one local ice cream joint. I've been there once or twice, but not often for me. Yeah, I don't get those often, but interesting. Good to hear. Well, thank you. Thanks for being on the show tonight and texting in, and have a great holiday week.
You too, and thank you, and thanks for everything that you do for us.
No problem. I enjoy it. Have a good night.
You too, bye.
All right, bye. Okay, let's check the chat out before we take the next call on the text line. Let's see who we got in here. Any new names I see up in the text line? We got royalty up in here. We got William Anderson with the question of the day, November 21st, 2021. William, I see what you're doing over there, man. You're working really hard on your channel. I appreciate your hustle, man. Gig Lebowski, all the content creators I see in here. I appreciate what you guys do, and I watch a lot of YouTube. So listen, if you guys putting stuff out, I'm probably watching. So just know that. All right. We got Joanne up in the house. Crazy Cajun. We got Sam. Slavic still in the house. We got Donna. Adam Gwynn. I got tip baited. The other offer was $7. I took it. It was all base pay, no tip, but tip me cash. Ooh, I love the cash tips. Anytime I get a cash tip, it perks me up. I'm not gonna lie, because mostly that's like a double tip for me. Because I'm they've already tipped me on the app, and then they give me cash. I put it right in my glove box. It goes I love it, man. Who doesn't like getting a cash tip? It's fantastic. Melissa, Madeline, Dina. We got Omnifarious 86. William Anderson says you have to be in the right ones and be a seasoned driver. I tried to dash. Naperville went up there. Naperville, yeah. Man, William, the Bears took a tough L today, man. I watched that whole game, and that was rough, man. The Bears, that was rough. Calm 70 says north suburbs of Chicago are great for tipping. Like I said, Sundays and Saturdays. Okay, cool. That's cool. Text Pedro, he will call you. Chat. Yeah, I'm going to check that in a second. Let's see who else we got in here if I miss anybody. Dashing Grandpa. Hi, did I miss something? Is Roy in here? Hi, Roy will be toxic. Okay, that's funny. No, Roy isn't here. Roy says, I should make an appearance. LOL. Howdy. What up, man? Hey, Roy, where's my beads, bro? Listen, I got these. I need you to make me a necklace. I'll send you a shirt. Hit me up, man. I need a necklace, man. Because I'll wear it on the video. I will. Got a Dashing Grandpa in the house. What up, man? Dashing Grandpa. I hope the family's well. I hope the cars are doing good. Saw your new video you put out the other day. Still rocking it. All right, let's see what we got on the text lines. We did that one. Oh, we did that one. We got a new one here. I'll chat. Exclamation point. I live in a very rich area. I have a different experience. Let's do that, because in my market, I don't live where I live right now isn't rich, but I'm literally 15-minute drive, and I can be in a really affluent area. And I've dashed out there as well, but not as much. But let's do this call here. Let's see. Somebody else just texted in. He says, this was Conita. Check out my Facebook cooking channel, Pedro. FB Cooking with Conita. Let's do a live cooking challenge. I would love to do that. We all have the same ingredients, like the subscribers and people in the chat tell us what ingredients, and we make something based on those ingredients. Oh, that would be fun. I would do that live on a Sunday. I would absolutely love to do that. Love to. Okay, let's do this next call here. Let's see.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Okay, my name is Stacy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Stacy. What do you want? So you live in a more affluent area, and you have a different experience. So let's hear about it.
Oh yes. I would think that it would be better paying, but it's not. But very different experiences from what I hear other people talking about.
Okay.
So So today, I mean, okay, so on a typical day, most of the neighborhoods around here are gated, first of all. So that puts a different spin on it in general.
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
much longer to get in. But so I live in Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay.
So I live about 5 miles away from the ocean.
Mm.
So when you get out to the ocean, that's where the, super, super rich, multi-millionaire and up live.
Yeah.
And so on top of mansions and stuff like that, there's also a lot of high-rise apartments, okay?
Mm.
And to get in, I mean, so for me, I try not to go out there because just getting into the apartment is torture, okay? So it's like today, I drove, and by accident, sometimes it happens, I drove 10 miles out to a apartment that took me, I first circled the whole building, couldn't find parking outside because it's all parallel parking, like on the street.
Mm-hmm.
It was 101 Ocean Boulevard. You know what I'm saying?
101. I know. Oh, I don't, but I can imagine.
Okay, so you don't even. So, I mean, these people are incredibly.
Yeah, they're doctors, lawyers, ball players.
Beyond that, we're talking about entertainment business.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
For the people who live in, who do entertainment, but incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
So then I have to find a parking spot. I have to go into the parking garage. I'm circling. I have to call the customer. I don't like to do it, but I literally can't find anywhere to park that would be okay to leave my car. So I call him. He's very bothered. He says, "Excuse me, I'm on the phone."
Oh,
I was like,
"Excuse me." That's what I would have said. I would have said, "Excuse me."
He said, "Take me." He says, "Go to the valet." So I go to the valet. So the guy working the valet, of course, is not an entitled, wealthy person.
Sure.
So he just says, "Oh, just park over there," So this is already now 10 miles out, for me.
Wow.
It's 20 minutes to get to the valet. Then you have to go in. You have to buzz in to the concierge. Then you have to check in to the building. They have to call up to make sure it's okay for you to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then the woman says to me, I said, "Is it the 9th floor?" She said, "It's the penthouse."
Oh, penthouse suite.
So,
okay.
Right. And this happened to me 2 times today. But so I'm in the elevator and I'm angry. I have a tuna sandwich from 10 miles away. You can't find a tuna sandwich anywhere else. You need this one. Right? So I go, all the way up. It took me like at least a half an hour just once I got to the building to get access to get to the guy's door.
Wow.
I knock lightly. "Hi, I'm here." And he's like, "Thank you." He opened the door, he grabbed me, slammed the door on my face.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, and it was $3 tip.
Wow.
Now, on the flip side, okay, after this, I delivered bagels and lox and some cream cheese to someone in a big, big, beautiful house. And I see the order is $165.
Nice.
Okay. Thanks to you, by the way, I never knew to do the little tab at the top to look how much the order was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, I started watching you when you first started. So you clued me in on that a long time ago. I've passed that on many times over.
It can be helpful to make decisions and,
Including today.
Yeah.
Today, I'm the one who said I went to Bloomingdale's today.
Okay.
Which shows you where I live. And the guy next to me is like, "I hope this isn't going to Fort Lauderdale." And I said, "Well, you know where it's going. You accepted the order." And he said, "No, I don't know until I hit GPS, to go." And I was like, "No, you have to hit this right here." And he was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, he couldn't believe that he's been driving for months and blind. Like, he didn't know where he was going.
Wow.
Until, it was like a mystery, which is the way Uber Eats works.
Yep.
It's a mystery. So anyway, the guy with the cream cheese. Okay, when I delivered that and I left, I hit like, you know, it was an $8 order.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 miles, easy. When I hit like, you know, like got it, it was $35 tip.
Wow. Well, I mean, that
Okay.
so it's basically he tips you, you know, 20%.
He tipped 20%.
He tipped 20%. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So as I'm pulling out the driveway, he comes running out. I'm like, oh, of course, what? You know, I was so happy. And they had left out like $82 worth of locks in his bag or whatever.
Oh.
So I was like, sir, I'm going right back.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I would. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's insulting. To me, I delivered that tuna sandwich today, and I paid for that guy.
You did. You did.
Yes,
based on everything you had to do and the time you spent, you didn't make it. You
Absolutely.
didn't make any money on that delivery.
It infuriates me. Infuriates me. And I spend most of the time trying to perfect this system. I constantly watch, and I watch you and a few other people to try to really hone in on the bet. I mean, my decline rate is like, my acceptance rate is like 7.
That's good.
I have a very different perspective though, like, because I'm driving around in the richest places, and some people are incredibly generous, but most of the time they are rich for a reason.
Well, they keep their money. They keep their money. They look at finances on a different level than we do. So they do. And you know, that's working for them. So I'm not going to pass any judgment. But at the end of the day, like, hey, we got to make money, so we got to make good decisions too. You know.
It enrages me though to drive into a penthouse suite or a mansion that you can't even fathom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they completely like have no care in the world that you are, you know. But one thing I have to say that I believe truly is, before I did this, I didn't know really the way delivery worked. It didn't even cross my mind. And until I became a single mom, I had no choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think about the fact that people are spending their own money on gas, and it's in their own car.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really think about it. And I think,
yeah.
And I did Instacart mostly before I started DoorDash, until Instacart stopped paying their people.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into conversations many times with customers who thought that we got salaries. So I do know that people are definitely not 100. You know, either they don't care,
or they're uneducated. I've said it, like they're ignorant, and ignorance means not a bad thing. It means they don't know. Absolutely. They don't know what the companies pay us.
Right.
So they assume that $4.99. They assume the $4.99 delivery charge is going to us.
Absolutely.
Versus only $2.25 from DoorDash. You know,
Absolutely. So. And like just recently, I was home and I said, you know what? Like, Chick-fil-A is a big thing here because they just opened one and we didn't have one. So everyone's always ordering Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I bet.
And I wanted to see how much Chick-fil-A was if you went through DoorDash. Okay.
Probably twice as much.
Basic meals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Normally would be about $18 to $20 if you were in the, line yourself. To have DoorDash deliver it was $42.
I believe it. Yeah.
I think that they completely say, "Oh, they're getting all this money."
Yeah, absolutely,
so
absolutely.
I don't, $2 is fine. Like, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And so that is part of the problem for us, is that it's not always people are stingy. It's literally, I think they just don't know that we're paying for the gas. We're paying for, this is on us. And this isn't like we're not doing this with a salary and that tip is extra. We're going to get coffee with it. No, that tip is paying the light bill.
So let me ask you a question. So the penthouse one that got you mad, right?
Yes.
So before you accepted it, did you know it was going to a penthouse community and you had to go?
I'm going to tell you what I did.
And you know what I'm saying? Because you could zoom in and look at the building and kind of.
No. I'm going to tell you what I did because I'm not as dumb as I sound. I realized how dumb I sounded. I'm going to tell you what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I try very hard to sometimes multi-app, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard.
It's not
because
easy. Yeah.
Uber, the reason why it's mostly hard is because Uber does not divulge where you're going until you've picked up the food and it's in your car. So even though you know it may be 5 miles, it could be 5 miles in the opposite direction than you're going with your DoorDash, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's risky because, and it happens to me every time. I think, oh, I got this. I'm already at the store. I'm getting an Uber Eats one. Let me grab it. And I'm always sent in 2 different directions. And I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah, no, you got to be really with the Uber though. I will say this because I'm multi-app, and I've recorded it. I'll have an Uber and a DoorDash in my car. Yep, and
I'm like, how come this? But you know, the difference is your deliveries are very close together. You have a lot of 2 miles, 1 mile.
Yes.
Right? But
so I can do that. And
right?
I know my cross streets.
7 miles in one direction and 6 miles in the other.
Yeah. So it's going to be harder for you. You're more spread out. I'm very densely populated. So actually, it's really easy for me to look at the Uber map and say, "Ooh, that's going on Texas Avenue,"
Right.
and then just one I got right here is 5 blocks.
Right. So
So
when you click that Uber, it could be 2 miles. It doesn't even matter what direction. It's only 2 miles.
Yeah.
But here, it could be, you could go, and the other thing is all these, like where I live in Boca, but it like very quickly goes into, and I know you don't know the area, but it can go into Del Rey, it could go into Coconut Creek, Coral Spring very quickly. So in 2 miles, you can be in a different part, okay? And then you've changed your whole dynamic, the whole area, everything.
Mm-hmm.
It changes. So not that I try to keep my deliveries 5 miles and under, and I can. There's a lot, it's very densely populated. There's not a piece of land here. There's nothing. It's 0 lot lines. So, all the houses, no matter how big they are still packed together. But, you can get orders from God knows where, and sometimes, you grab it. So I've tried recently to grab a few. So let me try this again. So I was at that bagel store today.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, I notice on weekends, bagel stores are great. Okay, because people do these big orders or whatever.
Oh yeah, for brunch they want bagels and lox and cream cheese and
cream cheese, right? So, and that's where I got that. So while I was there, I was already picking something up. The Uber comes in. I'm walking out the door. It's 1 sandwich, $10. Let me grab it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I grabbed it, I didn't realize again where it was, because even if I don't care where, anywhere but out there. Okay, because those penthouses out on the water, people think, oh my God, I'm going to make so much money. Like I run into a lot of people who come here from out of different towns, thinking they're coming to Boca.
thinking they're coming. Every tip's going to be $20 or something like that.
And then, like the guy I was standing there today, and who I talked about the little the little tab to click on. I was standing in Bloomingdale's, and he said, "Did you ever come to Bloomingdale's?" I said, "No, this is a first for me." But he said, "Yeah, I come to Boca. Now I live in Boca, okay, but I'm a poor person that lives in Boca. We have those too.
Well, every area that's got affluent neighborhoods, within a few miles, you still have an area that's cheap.
I'll tell you why. We have people like me. I'm a single mom. I pay $2,500 in rent, okay, for a 1,200 square foot place. The reason why is because, prior to me being a single mom, I was married, right? We had more than one income, but the schools here, the only really good schools are in richer areas because we don't pay state tax here. Okay?
Right. Florida, no state tax. Yeah.
Right. So your school districts are in the lower income areas are not going to have the better teachers, the school supplies, the better programs. So in order to keep your kids in the best schools, you have to live in the most expensive areas and struggle your ass off. Sorry. Or, some people can't or won't. I'm just not that person. Like I have a 20-year-old and a 12-year-old who has many, learning issues or whatever. He needs all the help he can get. I have no way I could move him to somewhere that they don't have all those, extra things for him because of money. So I do what I have to do.
I hear
It's
you.
one of those things.
Well, I appreciate you sharing the story with us about the high rise and the bagels and lox. That was good order, and I think it's interesting.
The time that it takes to get into those places. I don't think people who live there, like, to me, if you live here, you should know that the order from 1 mile away is going to take us at least 20 to 40 minutes just to get to you, because you have to go through too many checkpoints. And if you're that rich that you have 20 people that I have to check in with and a special place to park and all these things to get to your apartment, then that like you should be more giving, and they're the people that aren't. It's just unbelievable. I've been doing it long enough to know that those extremely rich people are extremely entitled, and I'll take a poor person any day because they know the struggle and they're the ones that give the money because they're working as hard as you are.
No, yeah, I like delivering and dealing and doing business with the everyday folks, just the everyday working class. Like, that's what I am. Like, that typically most of my bigger tips are on customers like that. So appreciate you. I appreciate you calling in. Have a great Thanksgiving week. And thanks for sharing those stories with us.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
All right. You too.
Beautiful daughter.
Thank you. How y'all doing? We got 158 people still in here rocking and rolling. All right. Let's see. We're almost at the 2-hour mark right now. Let's check out the chat, and then I'll put in the number. You guys can text in some questions or talk about the topics. Let's see what we got in here. Y'all was cracking me up. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all was cracking me up. Robin, 49er fans. Ooh, 49ers had a big win. David Young, Takeem Dream. Ooh, Takeem, I thought I gave you a wrench. I did give you a wrench. I'm trying to give wrenches to people that if I see your name in here and you're like in here often, I just gave out 3 wrenches. So thank you for that. A wrench just means you're a moderator. You could keep the chat good, keep it respectful. If you see somebody saying something, like, people can say whatever they want in these live streams. Okay. I've never blocked anybody on these lives, but like if somebody's like cussing or being stupid or spamming, you could block them and things like that. That's what a moderator is. Plus it gives you a cool little wrench. People like wrenches. It is what it is. Trap houses are always great tippers because they're tipping the spot and don't want you to drop a time. William, Mr. Anderson, I've delivered to some questionable spots. And I'll go into any neighborhood. I ain't scared. If you paying me, I'll walk in your projects. I have no problem. And I delivered, to what some consider the ghetto or whatever. I don't care. They got to eat. And if you're paying me, I will deliver you your food. And they do tip well sometimes. Yes. Some people don't understand. Like, they think it's like, Pedro, you got to get out of the hood. I'm not in the hood, but I'm in a very densely populated, like, I could be within the same zip code and there could be $1 million home and like a crack house, like legit. And I deliver to both and I don't care. So I got not scared. I'm going to go where the money goes. I've delivered to affluent neighborhoods and the tips are crappy and the tips are good. People tip what they tip. And I don't think it really matters what they got in their bank account. You're going to get good and bad on both sides. That's my experience, at least. So. East St. Louis. I've done some Uber rideshares in East St. Louis. I try not to be out there, but sometimes it takes you out there, and that is not a good place to be, especially on Uber rideshare. Like, I've been there a few times, and you got to keep your head on swivel out there, man. It's a different world out there. Especially, there's about a 5-block area radius in East St. Louis that's like, I refuse to go there. I don't live in an area like that. Like, that's really, really bad. But I'll go anywhere to get that money. I hear you, man. I don't carry. I have a machete. I'm not a gun owner though, but it's not that I'm against it. I just don't have a gun. So, but if you carry, I think it's a smart thing, obviously, I think, especially nowadays. Wavy, I agree, Pedro. Trailer parks tip better than because they're the working class. It's, they've done this work, so they understand. You see what I'm saying? So I agree with that, man. I think the middle class, the the middle class. So I think people that are making $30,000 a year, but I think the average household income, if your household income is $50,000 to $125,000, those are the best people to tip. That's my opinion, at least in my demographic. That's what I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the text line. You can text in the topics of the night. The topics for tonight are the new Uber Eats, accept 5 trips or more to see the full transparency. What do you think about that? Are you working on Thanksgiving? Why or why not? Should customers just be charged a flat service fee? No tip at all, like service fee based on proximity, mileage, distance. Do you think that would work? I don't know. You tell me. And then the fourth topic was, no tip, no trip. Is that a good or bad mentality to have? You guys know where I stand on it, but I want different opinions. So you guys could text in your thoughts on those topics, or you can put them in the chat here and I'll read it and we can talk about it that way as well. So I really wish I knew how to call in. Oh, Phoenix Jaden, I just put in the number. You can text in and then I will call you. Thank you so much. No problem. In my area, the rich, so 49er fan, OZ, rich houses are so spread out and so far away from restaurants that the miles to money isn't that good. So you got to text, if you guys want to text in first, and then I will call you back. Don't call the number, text in. To talk, text the number above, Pedro will call you. Yeah, there you go. TN, true. Topics, penthouse, locks, and schools. Facts. No tip, no trip. Dashing grandpa. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just my philosophy. I mean, do you. Make your money. Like, it is what it is. But I also think, like, if somebody's not tipping me, that's probably a customer that's not going to give me the gate code, the door code, not going to be ready for the delivery, going to want extra this and extra that. They're going to be more needy. I'm trying to make quick pickups and drop-offs. You know what I'm saying? All right, Mike from the 813, give me a call, please. All right, Mike from the 813. Mike, we talked, I think we talked last week. Let me give you a call. I know we talked. We talked the last couple of weeks. Let's call Mike. Let's call Mike from the 813.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Mike from the 813. What's up, brother? How are you?
Yes, sir. Doing good, man. Doing really good.
Good, man. What do you want to talk about tonight?
The no tip, no trip. I was on my last, I was getting ready to end it tonight, and I saw this Applebee's come in for $3.50, and I said to myself, let's see if they're going to hide a tip on this, or I knew I probably wouldn't get a tip. Ended up in a nice, which we don't have very many around here, but a nice trailer park. I had 2 vehicles, had a Harley.
In a trailer park, 2 vehicles and a Harley? Wow.
And left a 0 tip. So, I mean, I didn't get mad because I was just playing with it myself.
Sure.
But I find that the McDonald's orders and the taco orders, they're easy for me to get in and out. See, we're not a lockdown state, or I don't know if there's still places like that or not. We're not communist state like a lot of the others, so you can walk into any of our restaurants.
Yeah.
And we get I get good $5 and $6 tips.
Yeah.
Out of Taco Hell and McDonald's all day long.
Yeah.
You know. And in my gated communities, the biggest problem I have that a lot of people forget to leave gate code.
Yeah.
And when you do that, or I go to an apartment complex and I can't find you, I don't waste my time texting. I call you, you don't answer, I'll call you back. And, you know, that's just the way I play it.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just learn a lot of different things that help you out along the way so you're not wasting your time, you know.
Yeah, no, I think the calling's really good. You know, I don't do that enough. I call sometimes, but mostly I start with a text on the in-app message, or because I don't know, it's just more convenient, I guess, for me. But I think I think the calling could definitely save time, especially if you're dealing with something. There's no door code, gate code. You know, it's an elevator you don't have access to. I run into that a lot. Like a hotel, I go to a hotel and I can't get up the elevator because I don't have a room key. You know. And they want me to bring it upstairs, and you can't go. Like in those cases, I do try to call because that is a lot quicker. So,
And you got me beat. I did get a $2 order this week. I think the video I saw of yours was $1.50.
Oh, $1.50. I mean, can you believe that? Can you $1.50?
There's no way. I just laughed that off. That is just, and even $2 or $2.50. I'm not going anywhere, for that. But
yeah.
like I say, I did do that one tonight for $2.50 just to see, because DoorDash has hidden tips all week long.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of the tips tonight, I got them like, $15 tips and $10 tips, but when they send me 20 miles, these people are loving our restaurants here. We have an 8-lane highway. It's called State Road 60, Brandon Boulevard, wherever you want to call it. And so it's hard to get across. So I'm only working the one end of the zone. You can kind of work the middle of the street, on down, or the end, which is by the mall, which is a disaster. It's just too much traffic. You probably couldn't make no money.
Yeah.
But, it's still kind of hard to get in and out of, but we have all of the restaurants, and then I guess they probably all repeat. But see, a lot of our good high-end restaurants, they want food from, which Chili's what runs 3 restaurants out of theirs, the Italian, wings, and they all want it out there. So, if they pay, I'll take it. But if they don't, I just, but most of them do, and they, they take care of us pretty good. So
yeah, that's good.
And my tips, and I told you this before, I think my tips are always at the end of the day or the end of the week, always greater than my base pay or whatever.
Oh, they should be. Unless you have some kind of crazy peak pay every day you worked, or there's some kind of bonus, But even then, every week my tips are double my base pay typically.
We go from there. Sometimes it's only $1, but in the evening it's always $2 or $2.50, and then sometimes I guess when the weather's raining, it's $5, which is really good, and it should be. Or just like you in the snow, it should be at least that, because it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you something else I did today. I started doing now at the end of my night, I go fill up. I want to see how much gas exactly that it's taken me. At the end of it, so that I just deducted off of what I make. So
yeah,
I'm just doing that for a few days just to see.
I think that's a good idea, and I have found lately with the gas prices the way they are right now, I've got it down to where in order for me to make $100, I know that I'm going to spend $9 to $10 in gas. So I'm at about 9 to 10%. So if I make $200, which is what I like to make a day, I'm spending $20 in gas. So I know that out of that 200, I really made 180 as far as net profit. And then, what are taxes and then like depreciation, whatever. But I know to make $100, I'm going to have to use about $10 worth of gas. That's my ratio.
Yeah, see, where it takes me 20, I'm paying $3.31.
You're paying more. Yeah.
Yes, it takes me a little bit more. I don't know what yours is a gallon.
Well, right now I have a credit card that I get gas back with. I use the Get Upside app, and then I got 3 cashback ways. So right now I'm spending this week I was spending about $2.89 a gallon. My gallons right now are usually about $3.09 to $3.19. So I'm saving 20 to 30 cents every gallon.
So see, I wish my apps won't let us do that. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 cents. So it's cheaper and better for me just to go pay the lowest price that I can find.
Sure, no, absolutely. Yeah.
And then something else too. I got finally, and they're a pain in the butt, but I finally got approved and got on Grubhub. Now I haven't tried it yet, but that's the most complicated garbage. I mean, it's not simple like DoorDash and Uber Eats. It's not. I mean, it's weird. I mean, trust me, I've never been through anything like it. Amazon Flex was easier than that.
Yeah, I've never done it, so I can't say. But I've heard. Yeah, I think there's good and bad with all the apps, but I'm super comfortable with the 2 that I mainly run.
I am too.
And I can make good money. I can make good money doing it. So for me, if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna try to fix it. I'm not gonna try to get too cute.
See, you're like me. You don't know anything about it, but If I do like Amazon Flex, you're looking at 5 hours, which usually they say takes you less. But to me, delivering packages like that's going to be more stressful. You're looking at about $120. They have some for like $99, less than 5 hours. But that's basically what they're offering here. And, you know, I don't know. To me, it'd just be more stressful. I like going out and hitting DoorDash, which that's the biggest platform I use because I leave Uber Eats on, but I get crappy offers. Now, yesterday I got some good offers from them, but I was tied up doing DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but I get the ridiculous offers for them. You know, just they want you to go too far, and you know it's not worth it.
Yes, no, I hear you. I hear
Definitely
you.
not worth it. But,
I hear you.
But DoorDash, I think, is just definitely the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be the busiest in most markets. I think, you know, in most markets, it's going to they have the most market share. I think more people know about DoorDash as far as, you know, there's more merchants. DoorDash has more options for customers as far as what they can have delivered to their house. So naturally, it's going to be the one that typically is going to make most people the most money. Even with all the trash that they send you, in most markets, I think if you're patient, you can do okay. And if it's not DoorDash, maybe it's Grubhub, maybe it's Amazon Flex. You got to find the app that works for you in your area.
Well, you know, it just they advertise DoorDash. I mean, radio all day long.
Oh yeah,
all day long. I mean,
yeah.
It's crazy. So maybe that's why. But my market is really good. I mean, I don't really have any bad areas, but of course, you know, I carry everywhere I go. I don't care if I'm going down to the grocery store, you know, my gun's on my side, and you know, but I don't have any bad areas. But you don't ever know where you're going to be, where you'll ever, you know, need it if somebody threatens you. You know, that's the only time you can.
Oh yeah, sure. And anything can happen anywhere. Good things happen in bad things happen in good places too. You know what I mean? It doesn't, you know,
exactly.
It could happen any moment.
And, you know, exactly while you're picking up or whatever. Now, I'd never, you know, do it like I say and use it unless, you know, I was in danger. But, you know, you just got to be careful what you do. But, you know, I don't really deliver to we don't really have any bad areas, which I guess is good in my market. Now, I do got another market that I want to try. It's just a few streets over. It's called Bloomingdale. It's a different area. And, you know, there's a lot of big money over there. So I'm going to try that one. But I would tell people to try other areas, especially if they're not that far from you.
Oh, yeah. I think because you might be missing out. You might be missing out on something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And it'd be easier than my 8-lane highway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just goes forever. So,
for sure.
You know, but I enjoy it, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
That's good, man. I appreciate you calling in from the 813 and have a great holiday. Have a great holiday week.
Have a good Thanksgiving, man.
And you do the same. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I know people, you know, they got the web. I use these mitts. I use my mitts. So I run into trouble. I got my mitts. I got my phone, my key put in between your finger. You ever hit somebody with a key between your finger? I use my mitts. I'm trying to be funny. Anyways, all right, let's look at the chat, see what y'all got going on. We might take another call or two. We'll see. Charlie, what up? Adrian, what up? Krista, hello. Karmafage, paying about $3.65 a gallon around here, and that is at the cheap. Man. Well, I'm paying $4.60, Jason. So $4.60, you're out on the West Coast, or you're in Chicago, or New York. I would imagine, right? That's correct. $4.60. Wow, man. I try to stay under 4 miles, but some days you just have to take 5 to 10 mile orders. Not bad if it's too. Yeah, it isn't. I'll do that all day long. You're right. $3.79. Eric says $3.71. Nicole. Wow, man. $4.60. That's crazy, man. $3.35 for diesel. Yeah. $3.79 in Arizona. I would think Arizona would be more than that. So, I mean, it's still expensive, though. But what is the call-in number, Pedro? I'll put it in a second. Understand, Charlie, I still have my ServSafe managerial. Ooh, look at Mr. Anderson with the ServSafe managerial certification and state of Illinois certification as well. But I always remember I got to leave the store now, and they didn't. And they don't. Plus, we can. William, I have all that too, man. Those search safe classes are wild, bro. Remember those classes, man? I remember the managerial one when I worked at Applebee's. It was like it'd be an 8-hour thing. Do you have a proctor? And I'm like, give me the test. I know the answers. Just give me the test. Don't waste my time. I've taken this test too many times, man. Silly test, man. It's so easy. Tough guy on the phone. I just get a gas at Costco. Yeah. Left coast prices here, $4.09. Jacksonville is so spread out. I bet. I bet. $4.09. Life stories with Pedro. Man, I got so many life stories, Jason, man. Gig Labasi's $386 premium. So Gig Labasi's out in Alabama, but he's got to do premium in his car. So without the premium, what? It's probably $320 or something gig. Lucinda says, Pedro, it doesn't matter what I do. I cannot figure out how to see the total amount of an order. So Lucinda, you probably have an Android phone. Let me know in the comments. On the iPhone, I know you can see the subtotal. Android, you can't. But even with the iPhone, DoorDash took away some of the subtotals in my market. Then they came back. So it could be in your market. They didn't include those back again. So long class, right, bro? Crazy. Yeah, in the neighborhood. That's a good point, Pedro. They've done this kind of work, and I understand. Yep, I do regular in my Honda. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. 277 in Texas. Everything's better and bigger in Texas, isn't it? 277. It's crazy. I'm not paying much more than that because what I have. Christopher, thanks, man. App question: is it a glitch? I picked up an order in one zone to deliver one zone over. Seems like the app automatically switched me to the new zone. All my orders were from delivery zone. Well, I know that the algorithm, it takes me zone to zone. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. I could end my dash and start a new one in that zone if I wanted. I think that's what you're saying. I picked up an order in one zone to deliver one zone over. Okay, yeah, they'll do that. Seems like the app automatically switched me to the new zone. It shouldn't switch you. It will know that you're in that zone. A yellow bar will pop up telling you go back to your zone to get orders. Or if you can dash now, you can end your dash, start a new dash in that new zone, and get offers in that new zone. That might even take you back to the other one, if that makes sense. So don't feel like you have to waste the time to drive back. I don't know if that was helpful or not, but the app will do that. The app will do that, man. It will send you anywhere. Anywhere. But I do it often. I was in 4 zones the other day. I made money in 4 zones on Friday, and I did good on Friday. I did really good Friday, but yeah, I know my market. And I try to take, if it's a big enough payout and the cash value is good, I'm all over that. I would always drive across, Adrian, I would always drive across the bridge from Illinois to MO for gas. Yeah, I know, right? You're saving 50 cents, bro. You're saving 50 cents a gallon most of the time. It's crazy. 2006 Honda Elantra sedan at Gig Lebowski. That's a cool car, Honda Elantra. Want that app is possible all day. All day. All right, so let's see if we got any other texts in here. Text messages. Topic, peak pay for early weekend dashes. Anyone had success doing this? I've got a story. Okay, hold up. Let's see what else we got here. I like Grubhub's per mile pay for delivery. No tip, no trip. I'm working Thanksgiving during the day. I feel it will be a last-minute alcohol and convenience store orders. I agree. I think that could be in my market. I can see a lot of 7-Elevens. This is Albert in Atlanta. I comment sometimes in videos. Thanks, Albert. Hi there. This is Phoenix. I just wanted to bring your attention how Uber is not applying my accepted orders to the total for the upfront details. They'll take numbers away from the total for anything declined, but it only occasionally adds the numbers for ones I accept. That's cheating. I don't know about that. That's crazy. It's new. I don't know much about the Uber stuff yet. I know what they updated. It's not in my market. Let me see if this caller here is ready because let's see. They text in first. Okay. Let's see what else we got in chat. Still got just why are there so many people in here? Why y'all this is boring. Why are you guys here? What's going on? All right. I think you guys I think I know why. You guys, I love you guys chatting in here. What up, Jackie? How are you? I can see the subtotal I have in Android. Sometimes you can't see them. Okay, so that's good, Jackie. Because I know a lot of people with Android tell me that they can't see the subtotal, but I know with mine I can. Don't get me started on Panera. Terrible. TN, yeah. My Panera, I've made so much money with my Panera. And then I've also been so aggravated because they're so mismanaged. It's so hit or miss, man. Like I didn't go there at all last week. Not one time did I go to Panera last week. And I still did okay, so that is what it is. Yeah, Jackie, what up, man? How are you? Joseph says, everyone have a good night. This old man needs to sleep. Yeah, man, get some rest, bro. It's probably, I mean, what time is it? I got this ring light. It's 11:21 here. So if you're on the East Coast, it's already 12:21, man. I have a topic, Pedro. Butterfly for a wolf. Okay, you can text it in. Let's see. Is this person ready? I didn't get a response back for them. I'll put the number in one more time. You can text in your question, and I might give you a call. Okay, what customers actually pay for their order? Yeah, I did a video. I actually did a video months ago talking about, like, I did an order and I showed you like what customers have to pay, how they can take the tip out, how the order is basically double on most orders. If a customer goes to the McDonald's by themselves and orders it and brings it home versus the DoorDash app is going to be about double the price with include if they leave a tip. Without a tip, it's going to be 20 to 30% more. You know what I'm saying? Gig Lebowski, man, not necessary, but thank you, man. Hit me up tomorrow, man. You got my yes. Me and you've been playing phone tag. I would definitely call you tomorrow. I plan on doing a little bit of gig work, and I got to get some stuff done for the trip we're going to take. But I'm going to call you tomorrow. Let's say between 2 and 3. If it changes, I'll let you know. But I'll hit you up. We got chat. Let's see what we got here. Wife stole my headset next week. No problem, man. Big love from Dave. No problem. We'll talk next week. We're all going to do a call-in show next week. It's going to be fun, but shoot, my fat fingers might have just timed someone out. William, I just gave you a wrench, and your fat nuggets got to time people out, bro. Come on, man. Don't make me unwrench you, Mr. Anderson. What you doing, bro? Oh, you give somebody a wrench and they go crazy. If I did, I'm sorry. I blame the pizza grease. Oh, Lord, I love pizza. Pizza's my favorite thing to eat. That and tacos, but I have a pizza tattoo. So listen, I practice what I preach. When I say I love pizza, I mean it. I'm out here doing the damn thing. Listen, man, I love me some pizza. I love pizza. I can eat pizza every day, 3 times a day, unwrenched. Yeah, we about to unwrench them. I'm saying, William. What's up, man? All right, so we're almost at 2.5 hours. Let's see if I want to read the chat with you guys. I don't do that enough, so I like to read it. Okay, already put on 140K already. Still drives great. So David, what are you driving? The Elantra? Was that you that said you had a Elantra? My favorite. Takeem, I eat veggie pizza all day. Cheese pizza. I doctor my pizza up. I'll take a good frozen pie and I will add things to it. I mean, I love pizza, man. And I'll eat a whole pizza myself. No problem. I could bash an entire pizza like easy. No problem at all. I think Pedro should give away crazy Cajun. You think I got money? I can't even afford a Tesla myself. What are you talking about? Chat having a great time chatting with chat. Glad to hear. Yeah, man. Margarita pizza. Yes, Gig Lebowski margarita pizza. As long as the basil's good and the mozzarella's good, margarita pizza. Ooh. And I put hot sauce on my pizza as well. So I put hot sauce on my pizza. You got to put hot sauce on pizza. I love to put the hot sauce on the pizza, man. Oh, I'm getting hungry right now. I had tacos for dinner. Tacos were super good tonight. I made them. They were fantastic. 33 miles per gallon. Right? Yeah, David, that's good. I get my car is about 25 to 26. I got to get a few things done. I think I can get an extra 1 or 2 miles per gallon, but I drive kind of like a crossover. It's a Ford Escape, but yes, add to frozen all day. You got to add to frozen pizza. If you don't add seasoning, veggies, extra cheese on a frozen pie, because there's not enough cheese, like, yeah, you're doing it wrong. I can take a $5 frozen pie and make it like a $15 good pizza just by adding some chopped mushrooms and some olives and some cheese and some hot sauce. And oh yeah, man. Chicago pizza is the best. Well, Krista, I think deep dish pizza is good, but I like New York style. I like a New York slice I can fold and eat. That's my desired pizza. Chicago style is not always deep dish. Originally, it started to be thin crust, and people don't know that. Some people don't. But I like Chicago style. But in parts of Chicago, I rather have a thin crust than a deep dish. That's my personal preference. But you ever thought about getting on Twitch? I've heard of Twitch. Isn't that the game stuff? Right now I got YouTube, and that takes a lot of effort to run a YouTube channel, more than some of you guys know. But there's a lot of time and effort just to do YouTube. My girlfriend runs my Instagram. stuff. I don't really do a lot on there. But even to add like a Discord, I'm too busy, man. Like I just can't do it. Connecticut is the home of the best pizza. Connecticut? Nah, New York, man. I know. I mean, every place has got good pizza. I love Za. I love pizza. But I mean, New York style, man. Will anyone do shopping pays on Black Friday? What up, Christopher? Thank you. Yeah, man. Black Friday. I mean, Walmart's going to be bumping. I don't know. The shop. I mean, that could be, depending on your market, that could be a disaster trying to go to a Walmart on a Black Friday. But a lot of these places, Black Fridays aren't what they used to be. They used to open at 6 a.m. and you'd see a line at like the Toys R Us, Best Buy, Walmart. Now they stay open all night. Like they've basically, these merchants have basically just shifted all the business and spread it out so they're not hit all at one time. And I think that's smart. But yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of those. I think the day after Thanksgiving, I'm actually not going to be working that day because I'll be in Virginia. So I'm not going to work that day. Champagne here. Yeah. Champagne. Bud soda at 19.6 miles per gallon because of the interstate. Yeah. Okay. I love Let's Grow Up on Champagne. In Champagne, not on Champagne. I hope he didn't grow up drinking champagne. That would be a sad way to grow up. I call support since it reduced my acceptance rate, but was reprimanded like a child not doing her homework and questioned about what excuse did I have. What? Bro, but listen, if any support agent is trying to reprimand you, you hang up. I ain't playing that game. Kathy says several of the big box stores are not opening on Thanksgiving this year. Ooh, well, I think they're short-staffed, one. And I think they also realize that there's not as much demand. So, Jean-Paul, why Pedro? Question mark. Where's your family from, bro? Oh, what up, man? I am Puerto Rican, 100%. My mother and father were born in Puerto Rico. They moved here when they were kids. I was born in Chicago, and I lived in Chicago and St. Louis, my two places I've lived. But I am 100% Boricua. Garcia's before Ralph's and Joe developed a serious cocaine problem was the fire. Oh, okay. I never eaten that. I guess those are pizza places. Carne asada fries here in Vegas is ooh, man, I love me some fries too. I like to eat, guys. I weigh $165 soaking wet, but I can put down some food. I can throw down. Fries is one of my favorite things to eat. Oh my gosh. Love it. Not doing a Spark shop and pay. Nope. Oh yeah, I'm not going to Walmart on that day. Chi-Town Pub Pie. Okay. Chi-Town native. Oh yeah, man. All day. I rep Chicago all day. I got a whole Chicago. You can see some of it. I'm a Bulls fan. Blackhawks, Bulls, Bears, Cubs, all day long. I rep Chicago all day. I live in St. Louis, and I love my St. Louis town, but I am Chicago all day, baby. All day. All right, so I think we'll end it. I think we'll end the live here. We're not gonna take any more calls, but I'll stay in the live chat with you guys for a little bit. Maybe another 5-10 minutes. We'll see. Dina says we can show that. I'm fine with that. That's the downside of doing DoorDash. I've started eating more because I found more new cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, I find some cool places doing DoorDash, like for sure. And I know a decent amount of my local spots, but like I find some good ones. 165 pounds question mark. Doc, he was like 145. So no, I weigh 165, man. I weigh 165. The most I've ever weighed was 170. That was back this February. I was 170. I was like, wow, that's kind of big for me because I'm not but yeah, I weigh 165. Gas here, $5 a gallon, man. At $5 a gallon, I would really have to be more selective. I would. But because of that, I'd probably make less money in my market. But man, that's crazy. So let's talk about a few things real quick. You guys can continue chatting. I want to talk about what's coming up because I know we got some new people that might have missed what I said in the beginning of the live since we've been doing it for 2.5 hours. This coming up week, I'll be in Virginia for Thanksgiving with the family. Driving out there, we're going to drive through. I think I'm going to wind up hitting at least 5 different states. So the plan for next week, some videos, is I'm going to be doing one dash in each of the states. So as I go into, let's say, Kentucky, I'll turn the DoorDash on, see if I can get a quick run, drop it off, and then keep it pushing. Tennessee, West Virginia, Illinois, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll film that particular vlog. So the ride-alongs next week are going to be a little bit different. I think it could be fun. We're going to have a debate on this live next Sunday with a guy named Mr. A-Hole. He doesn't believe in the tipping at all. He thinks tipping is a horrible thing. So me and him are going to debate about that live, and then we'll take calls after. That's going to be fun. So I'm always looking for people on this channel that I could have a discussion with that think differently than me, and we could learn from each other, or we can not learn from each other, and we can yell and scream at each other. Either way, I think it's going to make for some good content. So it's going to be new things on this channel coming up. So also the rideshare guy, he's got over 100,000 subscribers. He does a lot of gig content for all the apps. Very business savvy. I'm going to be a contributor on his channel, so I'll be doing one video a week for his channel. He reached out to me, and I'm basically going to be the DoorDash guy on that particular channel because I know DoorDash. So that's I feel very honored that he asked me to do that, and I'm looking forward to that. Spreading my wings a little bit. I'm going to learn some things from him. This is a guy that runs a big channel, but he also has ties and his footprint in the business side of it, and I want to get into talking to some of these execs and trying to understand some stuff because I think knowledge is power, and I want to be able to spread some of that knowledge to you guys, and it could make for some good talking points. I think the more we know about the decisions that those guys make, the better. So I'm trying to get behind the curtain, as I say. I want to peek my head and get behind the curtain for myself and for you guys. So I'm trying to spread my wings a little bit. So you guys are going to be seeing some new things, and you're going to be seeing my face all over the place. So just know that stuff's coming. So Slavic, yeah, check Slavic D out, man. It's different stuff, but check him out. Check him out. Is he still in the chat? Yeah, he is. What up? Let's meet in Kentucky. Slavic, are you in Kentucky? I don't know if I can't promise it. I hate to promise something and under deliver, but if I'm driving through and you're close, maybe we can do that. But we are stopping in Kentucky. Actually, we are stopping in Kentucky. We got a hotel room because we're driving 7 hours, Kentucky Tuesday night, and then waking up Wednesday morning and then finishing the rest of the 7 hours. So it's a 14-hour trip. And with the baby, I don't want to drive 14 hours straight. I could do it if I was by myself, but so actually, if you're in Kentucky, I might be able to do that. But I got to make sure I check with the girlfriend too. So. Where in Kentucky? I don't know. I booked a room last week. It's somewhere in Kentucky. I can't remember off the top of my head. So listen, you guys are fantastic. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out. For everybody that super donated and chatted me up, I appreciate it. Yeah, good topics tonight. Good phone calls. Appreciate the support. Check out all these people's channels. So the 3 channels we featured, I'll talk about them one more time. Kyle Dash, Kateland 13, Kateland 13, and Slavic SLAVIC separate word, Slavic, and the last name like D, just a D, not DEE, D. And then Kyle Dash is KILE, separate word dash, DASH. These are 3 people that have channels. Check them out. And what I say about anybody that I recommend or want to show support to and show love to, because I know how it is to be a channel in the beginning, is, check them out. Watch a video or 2. If you like the content, hit the red subscribe button. Show them love, right? People that have channels, we want subscribers. Let's not pretend like we don't, okay? So check out the channel. If you don't like it, that's fine too. If it's not your cup of tea, check somebody else out. So we do 3 feature channels every week. So you guys are fantastic. Listen, bet on you. Set goals one day at a time. I'll see you guys on the video I have tomorrow. Next Sunday's live. You're not going to want to miss this, okay? It's going to be fun with the A-Hole Patrol, debating tipping in America. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think you guys are going to like his energy. You can check out his channel. It's A-Hole Patrol, ASS Hole Patrol, PATROL. If you type that in YouTube, you'll find it. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.